Good morning and welcome to Morning Brew. Yes, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night to everyone, wherever you are and whenever you may be listening. Start out in the chat this morning. V-Star says, morning, Captain Trek. Got my reminder set. Professor Brainy Specs, good morning, Captain Trek. Says good morning to V-Star. Dave G Sound, good morning, Brew. Okay, 47 Yorktown set coffee maker to full power. Oh Lord, I can't do that accent. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. Like I said, I can't do the accent, particularly not this time of the morning. And all right, so what's going on, everyone? It's early on Saturday morning. Yay. Means it should be quiet this morning, which is fine. Oh. Okay. So, let's see here. I was on Chris's channel, TWTG content, playing Cosme Defends the Galaxies, Cards Against Humanity. Interesting game. Of course, the fun part was that Pickles was going for his third win. He didn't get it. Chris got his second win. Chris Knight, the Rare Review 3000. So, yeah. Now that they're tied at 2 wins each. And let's see here. There are a couple others with 1 win, including myself. And that the let's see here. Dave G. Sound says, I read that the aurora may be visible as far south as Richmond, Virginia. I wouldn't be surprised. It will certainly be something to see for people who are not normally able to see it. Of course, I don't live anywhere close to where it would be. So I'm just going to hear about it from the people who do get to see it. Dave G. Sound says, I've never seen it. Nope. I live too too much in the center of the country to be able to see it, even with the whatever. So that's a good thing. Um, at least if there's more exposure to radiation in that ring, I'll be out of that as well. So, hey. Professor Brady Speck says, I've seen them twice. Spectacular. Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. I'm just not able to go anywhere to see them, and it's not something that I mean, it'd be cool to see, don't get me wrong, but um that would take planning and blah blah blah, and yeah, something else called money. And yeah, done with that. Not going to be e-begging for money. Um, so yeah, that's about. Unless I win the lottery, which I never play, so I can't win. Yeah, not going to happen. Kinjak Ben, well, he said, let me go back. Because first of all, I thought he said, yeah, okay. Standard pumpkins for everyone. I didn't want to ignore that. The Aurora Borealis, and yeah, that's not going to happen. Not in my lifetime. Good morning and greetings to you all. Salutations from California. Yes. Actually, I'm going to give me just 1 second. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and temporarily make you. Wait a minute. You already are a mod. Put in your GoFundMe, please. And good morning, Jedi Bill. Back just a second. That reminds me I need to do something real quick. I don't see that. Oh, damn it. I was checking my, what do you call it? Twitter DMs. I was gonna send something. Blah, 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 blah. There it is. Stop. All of a sudden, I start typing a message and it pops up another message. Okay. I'll write that in a minute. Okay. All right. And Jedi Bill, if you'll check your Twitter, go for it. And good morning, PCAT. Uh, you should still have it in the. They're available in the store. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Damn it. Okay. Uh, okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. Need to find a way to send a message somehow off of the cell phone sometime. Okay, let me do this. Yes, today's featured channel is Sinnabun Bunny. He does mostly gaming streams now. He used to have bunny streams and some open lines. He also does some whatever his build stream is of the Enterprise D. Merch store, here we go. Open a new tab. All right. Let me go ahead. Trust me, I'm working on more, but hoodies and sweatshirts. All right. And again, some of these are a work in progress. So just give me a chance to get things straightened out. All right. Now, I'll just put the link directly to that because I'm going to add one more at least to this. And here is the link for that. And yes, Cinnamon Buddy is a awesome guy, is a great guy and an awesome channel. There is the direct link to the hoodies and sweatshirts. I don't know why, but go for it. Anyhow, and yeah, rest in peace, the bunny Cinnabun. Yeah, that was that was definitely a sad day. I know he's still dealing with it. Um, but yeah, go ahead and check out his channel. He's got some great content. Uh, used to do bunny videos, or yeah, they were actually some of the most relaxing streams or videos that he had. Um, I don't know if any are available on his playlist or not, but go ahead and check it out. Uh, I don't know anymore. There we go. It's spelled correctly, didn't it? Uh, okay, I'll close that one out. There we go. And good morning, Robert Rose Jr. Good morning, Captain Deckard Spock. So, and I'm glad you finally have coffee, Professor. That is a good thing. One of those. So, anyhow, today's Saturday. I don't know what any of you have planned. Today I am going to definitely close up early enough to go to uh, yeah, you can tell it's early. Resolute Germ has a Saturday morning cartoon stream. And I'm going to definitely, I missed out last week because, well, I should have just shut the stream down, but I didn't. So this week I'm going to, no matter what, I'm going on Saturday morning cartoons with Resolute Germ because actually I like it and it helps me. So in this case, I'm going to be selfish and do it for me. So, yeah. Anyhow, fair warning, when it comes time to come on, I'm going to close up. That's assuming anybody's still listening, but who's listening now. But anyhow, yeah, I'm just kind of. I'm supposed to be on a live stream on Sunday. Um, I gave my word I'd be there, and I will. At the same time, it's not exactly something I'm looking forward to. Fortunately, I'm not one of the featured guests, so I won't be expected to participate as much. I mean, for the most part, I'm just there to fill up the panel. I'm sure I'll be asked a couple of questions here and there. But the rest of the time, the featured guests will be doing the talking. So that'll be the good part. The really scary part would be if I were one of the guests who had to do all the talking. Of course, they have far bigger channels than, well, I do, or most any of us who are on this stream ever do. So, unless, of course, Culture Casino is lurking in the background, in which case he's not included in that because obviously he does. But other than that, so let's see here. Let me go ahead and see about oh, let's see here. Let's play Monster Squad 3. It's Monster Squad for my 3-year-old nephew, and he loved it. I'm not surprised. Yeah. Well, lurk all you want. You have the link, bird. Uh, so, in fact, you're the only one with the link because I haven't put it out yet. And trust me, Professor. Yeah. It looks better with a fuller panel on these kind of shows. So, yeah. And Bert says it's going to be a bit before I can come up today. Well, that's fine. I actually wasn't expecting that you'd be able to come up anyhow. So, no big deal. So I hope everyone's doing well today. Bird, I assume you got my message on Twitter. Other than the link. But no, I didn't figure you had. I can usually tell by looking at it. So let's see here. Well, I guess now's the time, as good as time as any, to put in the damn link. I don't know. At least with somebody else up here, it's not as quiet all the time as just me. That's one of the good things because I'm not the most gifted at talking. And like some people, I can't ramble about everything. And good morning, JPs. How have you been? And good morning, V Star.
Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday to you. What's going on?
Not much. ordered some hoodies.
V-Star. Nancy. Ugh. Good grief.
It's okay. It's okay. Seriously. I ordered from Bird of Prey too, a long sleeved, because I'm freezing out here. I got my heater on. It's like bite ass cold. It's too cold. So, anyways, I needed to fill my hoodie rack. So, so as soon as I get my stuff, I'm gonna do an unboxing. So,
Cool.
yes, definitely.
Hey guys.
So,
Hey Star, how are you, pretty lady?
hi, how are you, NB?
Oh, well, as of yesterday, I'm on cloud 9.
Awesome. What'd you get? Woo!
Let me go ahead.
Oh, damn, that's hot. Awesome.
Oh my goodness. I have been looking for a Voltron, Lion Voltron. Keyword Lion Voltron.
Right.
Exactly.
All right, Cap, take me. Okay, yeah, there you go.
I was in the middle
But
of doing,
here's the thing. I went, so we went to Terre Haute and stopped at a few places, ate, went skating and stuff, but I went to my toy store that I go to. And oh, by the way, next time somebody wants to mandate that I wear a fucking mask, here's the mask I'm going to be taking.
There you go. That's righteous.
I saw this. They had their Halloween stuff out. I saw this and I just grabbed it up. And these guys know me. I'm there a lot. And I was just like, yeah, I'm buying this. And they know me. They know when I say I'm buying something, I'm buying it. But here's the thing. I was just kind of browsing around. And they have some stuff on the top of shelves. And I literally look up and I see Voltron. All 5 lines. By the way, they detach. And all their lion weapons are in this freaking kit that I got. And I was like, as soon as I saw it, I just literally grabbed it and I'm like, I don't care how much it cost. Well, it costs $130, but basically for all the lions, I call that a deal.
Right.
And with all the equipment, I was just like, oh my God, I've got to clean up this freaking. I got to clean up this freaking room and find a place to put this because this has to get a place of honor. Not just like some of my other displays. This has got to get us a place of honor. No, you're damn right. It's no Netflix line Voltron. This is Voltron. This is Voltron with his sword. This is everything. This is OG kind of style Voltron.
Right.
And I've been looking for a Voltron for, oh my God, I think Captain Trek, I think I told you when I went to the toy store when they were having their car lot sale, I was trying to look for a Voltron or a Lion and it wasn't available. And then I saw, yesterday I saw that and I was just like, normally, they say, oh, shut up, Professor Brady Specs. It's lions or nothing.
Oh God, yes, lions, absolutely.
Agreed.
So yeah, the thing was I had to look up, and normally I don't look what's on the top shelf. Sometimes I don't look what's on the top shelf or something, but I just happen to be. I look up and there's Voltron right there, and I just grab it and I'm like, I look at the price tag and I'm like, that and my Jason mask. That's all I need. Actually, my wife, I don't know if this is going to actually be in my room. My wife wants me to actually put it on top of her china cabinet. Because my wife loves Voltron as well. I think I'm willing to work with that. But I've got to find some place for it because that is just fucking awesome.
Hey, Darth, and hey, Cardinal.
And good morning, Darth Astor, and good morning, Cardinal Sin.
Or as I like to say, Hester! Hester! Hester's a puppets are going insane! Hester your mind! Hester your brain! Hester! Hester! I still think you should get that on a t-shirt. By the way, Professor Brainy Specs, if you like the cars over the Lions, you're just wrong.
I won't tell anyone they're wrong for liking what they like. I will question their taste, but I won't tell anyone they're wrong.
Okay. The Lions are better, though.
Well, absolutely. No doubt about that. If he likes the vehicles, that's fine. That's up to him.
I know. I'm just giving him shit. You know that.
I mean, it's not like saying that Voltron Force was superior to either of those. That would be bullshit.
Or that Netflix one that came out.
Yeah, well, let's hear.
I don't even. Well, I tried to watch that, and I was just like, first words out of my mouth every time I watch. Anytime they do a redo they try to redo Voltron, and they have the blue lion. I'm like, where's Sven? Because Sven was Sven was the first one in the blue lion before Princess oh shit, was it Elena? Damn it, it's too early in the morning. I haven't had enough coffee.
Yeah, close enough.
Well, I fuck up words all the time, you know that. But you know,
I know. That's why I'm saying close enough.
Oh, damn it. So, V-Star. Try and get back in, sweetie. Yeah, but it actually came with it actually came with each the lions can come apart, and it came with each lion's specific weapon.
Ah, cool.
And the sword and the shield, obviously, but still, you know, the color-coded weapons for each lion. And my son was cracking me up. And he was like, you need to put those wings down. I'm like, no, that's how it's supposed to be.
Children.
Didn't the original Voltron toy have cockpits for the characters in the lines? JP's, I'm going to be honest, I don't remember. I don't think I ever had the actual figurines for the characters. Ken Jack Ben, you damn right. Question. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I don't know. And yes, Pidge was not a girl.
That's true. That's true. Was not.
That was one of the reasons I couldn't stand that new one. Oh, and they added a new character who took over Black Lion, and it wasn't, and I was just like, what?
Ah,
Okay, hey, Professor, I do have a question for you. What'd you enjoy about the vehicle Voltrons so much? I'm just curious. I know I give you shit about it, but I'm curious to what you really liked about it.
that's a good question. Let me see if I remember to do that real quick.
What's that?
Of course not. Oh, I forgot to pin the StreamYard link. I pulled a Bird of Prey 5. There we go. That's better.
I had a major who joined our unit and became our commander for our section. And I walked into his office one day. I had to report something to him, and I saw the line Voltron. I was like, holy shit. He goes, you like Voltron? I'm like, I love Voltron, sir. Oh, by the way, just for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking coffee in my Captain Trek mug, which you can find this and other many fine items on Captain Trek's. Oh, God, I forgot. Okay, sorry. I'm still waking up.
Actually, you won't find that mug. That mug,
well,
exclusive.
I still love it. Still like the mug. I like the Captain Trek with the Hershey bar. I just chocolate delight. And yeah, you won't find this one, but you'll find many other products and items on Captain Trek's web store.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, everybody. Cap. How are you guys today?
Doing okay. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I wanted to talk about Voltron Force. It was far superior to the Netflix trash that we got.
Yeah.
And Nickelodeon canceled it. They canceled it after one season.
Voltron Force?
Yes.
Okay.
It's great.
Which one was that?
That was the one specifically on Nickelodeon where they kind of reworked all of the characters and they made Voltron like an academy. And they had them mentoring younger characters. It was just so good.
Oh, that makes sense because some people don't, I think, remember this. Voltron, remember, you hear it in the trip from days of long ago. Comes Voltron, a mighty robot. And, there were different people who had been in the Voltron Lions before the ones we saw. So it made sense that they would want to train new people to, take over as Voltron.
And they had different characters with different talents, and they gave them they added the Voltron Force added the weapon, their handgun, as a thing. Where it was part of their connection to the Lion.
Wow.
And they would get their weapon, and their weapon would turn into something that suit their personality and a fighting style.
I like that.
That sounds interesting. I actually didn't see that one. Was that the 3D one?
No. The 3D one was actually quite good as well because it had a lot of other stories going on. It kind of continued after the original with the original characters. I watched that one as well. I didn't mind it so much. But Voltron Force, if you can find it, I don't know where you would find it at, but if you can find it, you might be able to find it on YouTube because Nickelodeon just doesn't even give a crap about it. So, but it's really good. It's really good. It's worth a watch. It'll make you upset that they never continued it because they had Pidge as a techno ninja. He was a super techno spy character who was just he wasn't a kid. He was just really cool.
Pitch was always the techno savvy person, even back in the day.
See, but then they changed this. They changed this story, changes his character and makes him more of a person that could defend himself. He wasn't always getting saved by Chunk.
Well, that's good because that means Pidge actually, started to grow up and started to learn
Yes.
from. Yeah, that makes sense. That's called a crazy thing like evolution of a character.
Exactly. And they had character development for all of the characters, and they had also had they had mentors. They were mentoring other people in other kids in the academy, and they had Peter Cullen playing the bad guy in this one.
Oh, nice.
And he played this military slash commandant of the academy, and it was just he was good.
Hello.
Hey, Jedi Bill.
Good morning,
Greetings
Jedi.
and salutations.
Good morning, good people.
What's going on?
Nothing. Just a normal Saturday morning.
One of the things about
I think I'm gonna do some
Voltron that was
research.
different. One of the things about Voltron was different was originally, Sven was in the Blue Lion, and then Sven gets injured, and the princess takes over the Blue Lion. That's an interesting story arc because, apologies there, that's not something we saw a lot of back in the day. Changing out characters, and it was very rare that a good guy died, and this show had a lot of death in it.
Mm-hmm. I remember when they killed off Sven. I was like, why'd they do that?
Well, actually, I found this out. In the Japanese way they did this, Sven was killed off, whereas in the American version, we thought he was killed off, and then of course we see Sven later. But in the Japanese version, that wasn't Sven; that was Sven's brother. But one of the things was when they bought the rights to the show, they didn't have translators for Japanese at that time in the 80s. So what did they do? They watched the episode and made their own dialogue as they were doing it.
Yeah, they did a lot like what they do with Power Rangers.
Yeah. That was an early version. Although they did it better because Power Rangers sucks.
Power Rangers is goofy. It's for kids. I don't hate Power Rangers for what they do.
Yeah, Darth Aster, it was Sven. That's why when I saw the Netflix one, I was like, where's Sven? I was like, you made a completely new character to take over the Black
One of the
Lion.
characters was originally supposed to be in the Japanese version of the show was called Shiro. That's why they put him in there. That Shiro character from the Netflix version was an homage to the Japanese version of the show.
Yeah, wasn't he also the gay character?
Yes, for no reason. They never showed him with another person ever, and it's just like, okay, you're not going to show them together, so why bother even doing it?
Why make Pidge a woman? Why? First off, okay, they made Pidge a woman. That bothered me enough, but then they made it to where they tried to where Pidge was hiding it. Why? It made no fucking sense.
It makes no sense to change the character in a fundamental way and have it have no bearing on the character's personality whatsoever. Pidge was Pidge, didn't act like a girl, so why make it a girl?
Probably because Pidge was the youngest one. I mean, it was stupid. Let's just be honest.
Of course it's stupid because they don't change the character in any way. If Pidge is a girl, Pidge should behave like a girl, not like a boy. It's just them trying to shoehorn trans nonsense into everything.
No, you want to do something like that. Here's how you do it. Cowboy Bebop with Ed. And Ed was kind of ambiguous, but she was a she. She was called Ed. She's very smart. She's very kind of going around doing things the way she does it. But we knew she was, female. And they tried to later say, well, no, she was non or binary or androgyny. I'm like, no, Ed was a girl. Okay, just deal with it. Like, just fucking deal with it. I don't have a problem with Ed being a girl. In fact, I liked Ed. I have Cowboy Bebop on Blu-ray, for God's sakes.
I get it. They're always projecting. It's quite maddening.
It is, because it serves no purpose. It doesn't add to the character.
And good morning, Darth Astor.
Good morning. How is everybody?
Doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm here. I'm up and dressed.
Hey guys, I watched a movie. My daughter and I watched a movie last night after we got home from the skating rink. And I kid you not, the name of the movie is the reason why I actually watched it, because she wanted to watch. I said I was going to watch a horror movie, and my daughter likes horror movies, and it literally came across a movie called on Netflix called A Classical Horror Story, and I shit you not, this thing was about as classical horror story as you can get. With the eerie music, nothing, the cell phone's not working. I was just like, it was actually pretty good.
Is that the one where it's kind of like set in the 70s?
No. It looks kind of like it's set in the 70s, but you could say, I thought originally it was going to be set in the 70s, but it was actually set in modern time. But it kind of had that 70s vibe to it. That 70s.
I saw one. Well, I saw a horror movie called The Devil's House. It was an independent movie from a few years back, and it's set in the 70s, and it looks just like a 70s horror movie.
Yeah, this was set in modern time, but it was a movie in Italy. And I shit you not, this was the most amazing thing. My daughter says, I don't like that guy. I said, who? She said a particular character in there. And this was at the very beginning of the movie. And she's like, he gives off a creepy vibe. I didn't catch it at first. And we get to a certain point in the movie where it realizes this guy is really the one who's behind everything. He's kind of an architect, or he's the one. And I just gave her a huge high five. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, shit, you called it. She called it right away. She was like, I don't like that guy. He's giving me a creepy vibe. And I was just like, when we found out she was right, I was just like, holy shit, you called it. I was so proud of her. I was like, shit, even I didn't catch it at first. And she caught it almost right away.
I showed my nephew, Asher, showed him Monster Squad. He loved that movie. He loved that movie.
Monster Squad is a classic.
He's 2 years old, but he
1987.
was watching it. He watched the whole movie, didn't take his eyes off it. He said, "Is that a vampire?"
Focus. Focus.
Like half the stuff he was looking at, though, I don't think he quite understood. Like he didn't know what anybody was really doing.
The same guy who played
Nards!
the same.
Kick him in the nards! He doesn't have nards! Do it!
Ooh.
Do it! Boom!
The same guy that played
He's got nards.
Frankenstein played Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh, I love that movie too. I gotta find that movie so I can show it to him.
Oh,
He'll
Harry
like
and the
that
Hendersons, the Bigfoot movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with John
Yes.
Lithgow.
I used to watch the series Harry and Henderson.
They made a series. I didn't know they
Yep.
made a series.
Yes, they did.
I used to watch
I
it all the
missed
time.
that
No.
one.
It was filmed like Small Wonder and Charles in Charge. It had the same look to
I
it.
loved Charles in Charge when I was a kid.
Junior's
Chucky.
Hello, LEG.
Hey, LDJ.
Hello, LDG.
The
But
rumors are
yeah,
correct.
Harry and the Hendersons was, that was another great movie we had. In fact, I think that's really one of the few Bigfoot movies they've ever really done. I remember when I was watching it with my dad, and the kid said, "Holy shit!" Sorry, Dad. He goes, "That's okay. I was looking for right words." And I told my dad, I was like, you'd have beat my ass you'd beat my butt if I'd done that. He goes, "No, in that situation, I would let you got away with it."
One of the things my nephew's doing now is saying he can't say something so he can say it. I can't say this, then he says it.
I don't have Monster Squad. I need to get that on physical media before they try
Oh,
to
yeah.
ruin it.
I had
Hey,
all these
that
movies.
kid, good
until
job.
Fire.
My name is Horace.
Mhm. You can't. Only one way to kill a werewolf.
Yes, that whole thing. And then it's like,
They
when
had
they give him the monster test, and they're like, two ways to kill a werewolf. Silverbutt and is that
Right.
it? No, wrong. What? Accident with power tools, old age, falling out of a window,
There-
art to a bomb.
There's a t-shirt company. There's a t-shirt company called Fright Rags, and they had this t-shirt that said, "Wolfman's got nards." They might still have it in some sizes. I checked fightrags.com.
Oh God, remember that dude? Hey asshole, you looked, and he hits him with a baseball bat. He shoved the dynamite in him, and Wolfman goes out the window. It comes back together, and it takes Rudy. Rudy is the one who shot him with the silver bullet. He goes, "Told you, only one way to kill a werewolf."
I like the guy when he said he got shot. He said, "Thank you."
Yes.
That was good. And then Rudy was doing most of the work. He was killing all the bad guys. He killed the vampire girls, and there was only 3 of them. And he
Mommy
took out
came
the
in my
werewolf.
house. Mommy came in my house.
Yeah.
Yep, I love that. That's so funny. He killed the mummy too, because he
Yes,
used the
he
bow and
does.
arrow.
Yep.
He gets
And
all the
it's like-
kills.
There's a monster in my closet. I love that scene where when the guy goes in there and goes, "Damn, son, look at all these monsters. Woo, you out, you on the bed, get out, take a hike. Are there any more monsters?" And then, he points to the closet and he opens up the closet and there's a freaking mummy right there.
And he didn't even bother looking. That's the part that's weird.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
Oh my God, I've got to watch that movie again.
It's on net. It's on. It's on Amazon Prime,
Yeah, it's on Prime.
and it's also on
shit, I
Netflix
got
for
Prime,
free.
I'm watching it. Oh, I'm watching that today.
It's also
Hey,
on Netflix
Professor,
for
have a
free
good
with
day,
ads.
buddy. Oh,
Have a good day,
yeah.
Professor.
Have a good day, Professor, buddy.
Later, Professor Brainy Specs.
So,
later.
Jedi Bill, something I noticed about, we were talking about daylight savings time and that bullshit, and I realized there's only 2 states in America who don't recognize it, Hawaii and Arizona, except for one part of Arizona, and that's the Navajo Nation. And pretty much all our freaking territories don't do it. So I guess our territories, Arizona and Hawaii, are smarter than we are.
No, we just have too many hours of sunlight as is. We didn't need it.
Correct.
Yeah, that was the same thing I found out about Hawaii. They actually, Hawaii and Arizona got rid of it right about the same year, I believe, 1968.
It doesn't
Strangely
even serve
enough.
any purpose. I don't understand why they still do it.
Yeah, well, that's what Captain Trek and I, we've been saying that for, oh God, almost a year now.
How do you change that? What do you got to do to get rid of it?
As far as I can tell, it's a 10th Amendment thing. So the state.
You just have to give it, put it up for legislation or something?
Yeah,
I would think
basically.
so.
Oh, okay.
I think I want to actually try and get that pushed here in Indiana, and I'm sure Captain Trek would love to get it
I would
out
love.
there for Missouri to. And yes, I said it right this time, on purpose.
Or you could call it Nina always calls it misery.
Everybody.
Well,
I
I
know
call
who's
it-
pro-
Nina. That's Nina, not me.
Everybody I know
No,
who's
I
from
call
there.
it misery too.
I was looking
Everybody-
at
Although,
movies on
although
Netflix,
I don't
on,
think that's.
what do you call that? YouTube. Looking at movies on YouTube, and they got a lot of pretty decent free movies. They got one on there called Ink Heart. It's a Brendan Fraser movie.
Yeah, where he's a storyteller.
Pretty good.
Brandon Fraser's still making movies.
Yes, he's still making movies.
What happened? Did I freeze?
Yeah.
I didn't even know Brandon Fraser was still making movies.
Nope.
What happened? Did I freeze? What?
What do you mean?
Hello?
What happened?
No.
We're hearing you. Stop that.
you're tapping
Okay, I'm gonna go.
I don't think he can hear us.
No,
Yeah.
he can't
Hello?
hear us.
Hello?
Hey,
Obviously,
Jack
yeah.
Penn.
Yeah, it's messed up. I'm gonna go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I guess
Later,
yeah.
Gator.
That. Hey, what's up, LDG? What you got going on today in the backstage? And now he's muted and can't remember he's muted.
Now my
Just
boy,
remember, LDG loves the chalk.
yeah, exactly. My boyfriend came on Bill's stream. That was
He
funny.
loves the chalk.
Yeah, it says LDG loves the chalk. He's lucky I was asleep. I was passed out
You're
on
asleep.
Jedi's Bill's stream. If I would have been awake, I would have said, "Yeah, I do."
Well, what was it? I actually showed up on your sleep stream and you were sitting there mumbling like you were trying to wake up and hadn't had a cup of coffee. And everybody's like, I thought this was a sleep stream. You're talking. I think when I
sleep
showed up,
talking.
you were just waking up.
It's possible when you showed up, I was waking up, but I sleep talk a lot. At least that's what I'm told.
I'm told I snore pretty bad, but yet nobody's ever recorded me to prove it to me.
Uh-oh. NB Geek, you're the next contestant on Do a Sleep Stream.
Not gonna
Yeah,
happen. Nope, not gonna happen. There are certain things I will not. There are certain things I will not stream. Sleeping is one of them.
And you're no longer bald. You got a hair again.
You know, I would
Yeah, well,
request
I'm not
that you-
changing. I'm not changing my handle. I've managed to keep this Twitter handle alive for longer than any of my other ones, so I'm just leaving it alone.
Oh, you got your hair back, by the way. Shit, didn't notice it.
Yeah, I decided to let it grow back. Well, it's winter time. It's getting winter time. I decided to let it grow back out.
Dictated your hair that you shall survive or die. Your existence is at my command. I have no choice. I would love for my hair to come back. Please, guys, come back.
Go talk to Cy Sperling.
I don't know. I think I might be a candidate for the hormone therapy or the chemical therapy, whatever that shit is.
Hey, Captain Decker.
So you're waiting for your female hormone therapy. Cool.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my female hypnotherapy exactly. Because God knows I want to touch into my filaments out. Yeah.
Couldn't help it.
Unfortunately, I can't do. Unfortunately, until my hair gets longer again, I can't do my cut to knit. But from now on, I'm going to walk around with this. And anytime somebody tells me I need to put a mask on, LDG.
Yeah. See, I tell people that all the time. They should have made fun of this mask deal, and then we should have had a whole bunch of people with like Halloween masks going around the town.
Yeah. We can all do it.
Here's my mask. Suck it, bitches.
Wait, don't you have holes in that?
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
It's still a mask.
Yeah.
I got one of those too.
Oh, here we go.
That almost looks like Paul Gray's mask from Slipknot. Oh,
Yes, it does. I was thinking the same thing, Haster. It does look like a Slipknot mask.
It's plastic. Breathable.
Although I don't know if Jedi Bill or most of the people here know who Slipknot is.
Yeah, I have no clue who you're talking about. Never heard
It's a heavy metal
I
band.
know who Slipknot is.
no, wait. That one looks more Mushroom Head than Slipknot.
Hey, Captain Trek, you got to highlight JP's thing there. I'm gonna put my mask back on for that.
And speaking of LDG's,
right back at you, JP's.
Who are we to judge if he wants to look good in a pair of
All right.
Oh, what's the name of
the same thing for Captain Trek, but Captain Trek is one of the few people that I know that if he ever put a mask like that on, it would crack.
Okay.
Not funny. Crack a mirror, crack a mask. The mask would crack. Never mind.
Oh, I don't want to hear from. I don't want to hear from a Kiwi talking about Slipknot is soft rock.
It's not soft.
Speaking
rock.
of masks.
Hey, what's the name of that other band? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head who actually also wears masks.
Mushroom Head.
Mushroom Head, but there's another one. They're more newer.
Ghost.
Thank you, Ghost. That's the one I was thinking about. I've actually seen Ghost.
What we talking about? Fucking oh my!
Play Doctor. What's up?
Oh my God! No.
There we go. We got Halloween masks. Everybody put their masks on.
All right.
Cap, I suggest you like put the masked people in the top row, so you get like the top row of masks.
Whatever. Yeah, but that means I have to be on the same level with you. And it's just no.
Oh.
Get with the better of the there. Get the better two on top.
We
And
need
your
one.
boy-
We could do one more. And we could do the Trek bunch.
And your boyfriend is next to you, LDG.
Well, I don't have a mask, but I got something I can put on. But I got to get in my room for that.
Pastor, I've been meaning to ask you, what is your mask from?
Oh, it's just a random plague doctor mask. It's actually
Okay,
supposed to be
no, Captain Spock. Do not compare Slipknot to Santana. LDG, take that bag off your head right now. Don't do that.
He can breathe.
Right. I'm paper bag man.
That was plastic.
Now, I'm sorry, Captain Spock. I love Slipknot, but they ain't no Santana. Not by a long shot.
That's blasphemy there.
Comparing Slipknot to Santana? No.
Boy, I'm glad we don't have some some maggots in the chat. Somebody and burning them at the stake or something.
You can't compare Santana to Slipknot. Santana is in a league by himself.
Yeah, Santana is a guitar fucking legend. Okay. I'm sorry, Captain Trick, I'm gonna let that one slip. But it is so worth the slip. Santana is worth the trouble he's gonna get in.
I always thought Santana faked it.
Because
That's
Santana,
blasphemy.
Oh,
Santana's a
I'm gonna
legal
ghost dad you. You start talking shit about Santana.
Carlos
I'm fucking
Santana
around.
is a guitar virtuoso in of himself.
Yeah. He's got like 12 fingers. I know.
And he's older than Stevie Ray Vaughan by a mile. At least a few years.
Oh, you guys will like the tweet I sent out, and I think you guys will find this funny. I said, "Stop being arrogant and thinking we're actually going to destroy the planet." I said, "Mother Earth has been around, survived ice ages and meteors." I said, "We just need to keep it in good shape, and if we don't, then," I was like, "well, it'll survive long after we are." Oh, and Keith Richards and Betty White.
Well,
True.
see that's the thing I say when people say that. Like ice ages. That's part of nature. That's part of the earth. Humans, the earth has yet to survive humans.
Yeah, but what about when you have millions of gallons pouring into the Pacific Ocean because
That
some
won't
tanker
kill
gets
the
ripped
earth.
open?
That won't kill the earth.
Yeah.
We're talking more of a scale of.
But it does
If we
create a huge.
The human race is efficient at doing one thing: turning the earth inside out, and that's what's going to kill it.
Nah. JPs. No. JPs. Oh, you can't possibly think that.
Is he calling Santana a one-trick pony?
He is. Oh.
Damn JPs, you're going to be on a number one list today, man. I'll try to redirect them, but
that is shitless worthy.
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna have to put you on the list. I'm gonna have to put you on the list, JP.
You're not making it easy, JPs. Oh, by the way, did you do that thing?
I got to
Do what thing?
You're talking about a certain something to help a certain someone do something.
No, I didn't have a chance to talk to Yvette. Yeah. Yeah. Well.
All right. Well, let's push the ball on that later. We don't have to hang a light on it right now.
No.
That's not Luke
But
Skywalker.
I'll support that.
Somebody, okay, I just checked my Twitter and this is what popped up. A Luke Skywalker bust from fucking The Last Jedi.
Like,
No.
who would want this?
Uh, Nobody's sane.
Who's gonna buy this?
Person from nowhere.
Where do they live?
No.
I don't understand this. How can you, if you're going to make a bust of Luke Skywalker, you're going to make a bust of Luke Skywalker and you use Jake Skywalker? Ooh, oh my God. It was like the other day when I saw somebody put up Captain Phasma. It was they were like Star Wars character today, Captain Phasma. I'm like, I have all 6 movies. Where the fuck was Phasma in those movies?
There's.
I mean, I
another
remember
under-
Boba Fett. I remember Jango Fett.
Yep.
I remember Padme Amidala. I remember Luke, Anakin, Han. I don't know. Maybe I'm just out of my mind. But as I've always stated, only 2 trilogies there are. No more, no less.
Only 2.
By the way, tomorrow I am planning on going to the theater and seeing Dune, even though I have it on HBO Max, because I actually like the movie that much that I want to actually see it in theater.
Good choice you made.
What'd you think of it, Haster?
I thought it was good. I thought it was a great movie.
Hey, you want to know what my favorite scene is? I'm going to tell you right now. My favorite character, Duncan, Idaho. Jason Momoa, when he did this.
When he did what?
When he saluted.
When he did the salute, yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, oh my God. And Duncan, Idaho was always my favorite character. Gurney Alec was always my has been my second favorite. And here's the really fucked up thing. Oscar Isaac is a great fucking actor. He pulled off Leto Atreides damn near perfectly. If they had given him a decent fucking script in the Star Wars sequels that shall not be named, it might have actually been a decent fucking trilogy.
You really got a hard on for this movie, Envy Geek. I didn't think it was that great.
Oh, I loved it.
Only because it's a first act of 3.
I don't care.
Yeah, but we know what's
I enjoyed
coming.
it.
It's gonna be great. And
there's only one problem
I predict the second one will be the best of the 3.
I would say this. I only have one issue with this movie, and what is the name of the chick who was in Twilight?
Kristen
I know there's your favorite movie.
Stewart.
Bill will know that.
Yeah, Kristen Stewart.
I don't know.
You know what her and Zoe.
I know nothing.
Yeah, do you know what her and Zoe Saldana have in common? They both have resting bitch face look throughout every movie they're ever in.
I always thought Kristen Stewart had that unconcerned, total, just blank look on her face, like in Twilight. She just looked.
Well, that's why I called it resting bitch face.
Dang near dumbfounded.
Well, it's the same thing with Zoe Saldana. She looks like she's always just. Look. Zoe Saldana may be a nice girl in real life, but she is like Kristen Stewart or whatever the hell her name is. They have this resting bitch face where they look like they've just got a stick shoved so far up their ass.
Was it Saldana in Mission Impossible 2 or no? That was Tandy Newton. Never mind.
No, she's in the new Spider-Man movies.
No, that's I corrected myself. That was Tandy Newton.
Okay. Yeah, she just has that resting bitch face going, and I don't think she's that good of an actor at all.
Hell, I think Tandy Newton would have done better. But that's just me.
Now, Jetty Bill, I know I'm making fun of your favorite actress in. Because I know you
Gross.
love the Twilight movies with a passion.
Oh,
I tell you
Yeah,
what.
we all know you got the posters behind your computer, Bill.
I tell you what. From all the actors and actresses on Twilight, I'd have to say if she could keep her mouth shut on Twitter, she'd be great. Bella Thorne.
Isn't that the same for like every actor?
Oh
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I wish freaking oh my would shut the hell up sometimes.
George Takei.
Yeah. Sturgis
Oh.
says some crazy shit. I know Shatner said a couple crazy things.
George Takei needs to Hakuna his tatas because he went overboard when Shatner went into space.
Yes, he did. And that was such bullshit.
That was over the line. Everybody knew it. Even
Yeah, well,
colleagues.
even I literally, but I knew if I said this to George Takei, I would be like, would you just have your husband toss your salad and get off and call it a day? But that would have probably got my Twitter account banned.
Wow. Yeah, that would have gotten you shut down.
It would have been epic, though. Epic. Other times, not so much, but yeah, that would have been epic.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to keep my account from being banned this time. I mean, come on, guys. I'm on my 6th account. I'm trying to keep my account so I don't have to create a new one. I had to get a Google phone number so they wouldn't keep figuring out who I was.
Really?
Well, what happened was it seemed like something would happen and they'd want to confirm my phone number, and then immediately my account would get suspended because and it took me a while to figure it out that they were tagging my phone number to the account.
Okay,
So-
first of all, I've been saying that for months, telling people do not use your same phone number or any recoverable email address or anything, and use a VPN. I don't give VPNs
Yeah.
much credit, but the one thing they're good for is geolocation tracking. So yeah, not the same phone number, not the same email, and the fact that it took you a while to realize that is shocking.
I had a lot going on at the time.
I'm not saying you have to defend yourself.
No, I'm not
attacking you.
defending myself. It took me a little bit to figure. I had never come across that scenario before, so it took me a little bit of time to figure that out.
Yeah, there's a reason why they ask you for identification information like phone numbers and all this other stuff with your birthday and all this stuff, whether you're male or female. It's so they can identify you. No, I'm not talking to you, NB. I'm talking to everybody.
No, I know what you're talking about, but like I said, yeah, I figured it out after. Remember, this was only a couple of my accounts got suspended, and then I had 3 accounts get suspended almost right away, and I couldn't. And it took me a minute to realize, or it took me a couple of days to realize it was because I was putting my phone number in. Hey, I'm a repair. Hey, you're the programmer, you're the coder, you're that guy. I'm just the IT repairman.
With all due respect, you think that would be common sense? No matter what, anyone should come up with that idea that not to use your same phone number.
It took me a couple of days.
Again, that's all it needs to be said. I get it. Okay, it's fine. You're human. No problem.
I'm human? Shit.
Well, I might be giving you a little
Is
bit too
anybody
much
going to tell me that? Wait a minute. I'm human? Is anybody going to tell me this?
Well, we'll have to run the void comfort on you first. We'll have to run the
Well,
machine
you
on you.
did grow up on men, right?
Well, you might be a
No, I
replicant,
grew up
so
on
maybe not
real.
human.
No. What I should have said was
He obviously
I grew
likes
up on
light
real
metal.
men. George Takei is just like some of these other ones on there. They're on Twitter just to try and stay relevant.
Oh my.
Oh my.
This
MB,
is
you
the
staying
guy
up
who.
tonight? You staying up tonight, or you got shit going on for Nerdgasm tonight?
Who, me?
No, MB.
You talking to me? Do you have
MB.
I don't know. It'll depend on how the day goes. I'm not going to be doing my Sunday stream because my two co-hosts are my two co-hosts are dating, and one lives in California, one lives in Maryland, and they are having a vacation together. So Sunday she's leaving, so it'll be next week. I'll do my live stream again.
All right.
But I'm not going to do it by myself because I miss them. They bring so much knowledge and fun to the table. Unless I could, I wanted to try and get them both to do it at the same time. Actually, shit, I might DM them and ask them, hey, do you guys want to do it together while you're at the house or while I'm together?
You guys want to do it together? I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing it together while you're at the house, okay? I don't think that's going to be a problem.
We don't want to stream that, thank you.
Clip that.
That was almost as good as the clip I got from Yvette last night on cards. And trust me, it's a doozy.
Jack, Alicia, if you see that clip,
Hey,
I
Pickles.
am so sorry.
Hey,
That
Pickles.
was not what I meant.
Sure.
I walked right. Oh my!
Keep telling yourself that.
Hey, Pickles, do you want to hear two sentences that cancel each other out?
Uh-oh. Yeah, sure. What the hell?
Hey, Cockney, I love you, and I'm on ecstasy. Fucking story of my life, man.
Well, Captain Spock, you should know this, being in New Zealand and living close to Australia. You should know the scariest words that are ever uttered to a human being.
You're what?
I'm from the government, and I'm here to help.
Oh, yeah, that one too. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Good day, sir. Thank you, officer. Not today. Yeah, quite right. Yeah, I got a one-word message for all governments around the world right now. Go fuck yourselves. All right, thanks very much. Back to the show.
That's why I love the police. That's why I love the police in America. It's like the only police that their job is to police their bosses.
Yeah,
because they work for us.
They work for us.
Yeah, they work for us until otherwise.
Indeed. I pay your wages while you're beating me around the head with your billy club.
Well, one of my
Allegedly.
favorite things is dealing with the amazing thing, and I'm going to say this about COVID. I understand that shit has happened, but what it really brought to light for a lot of parents was something I already knew, is that our school system is totally fucked up. And now,
I could have told you that a long time ago.
And I could have told you that 10 years ago or a lot sooner than that. But the point is,
I can tell you that 40 years ago. I went to school in Fort Lauderdale. Are you kidding me, man? Your guys' recollection of 1776 don't quite jive with mine. Now, where's my tea in that harbour? I want that tea back. That ain't herbal tea. That ain't green tea. That was proper Twinings.
Wait a minute. You're Polish. It had nothing to do with you.
Yeah, a
You
minute
were
ago,
not
I
a
was a
Brit.
Kiwi. Make up your mind.
No,
Now,
you said you're Polish. You said
You
you're from.
said I was a Kiwi. Make up your mind. I'm English, mate. Now listen here. You're all right. Look, I know you like really heavy music like Simon and Garfunkel, and it's probably blown your eardrums over the years. How about that boxer? That was intense, wasn't it? I'm a boxer. Anyway.
Actually, I really enjoyed Disturbed's rendition of Sound of Silence.
See, there you go.
Wow.
The sound of silence. Brilliant.
He didn't do it like that.
No, but he did in my head.
No,
Do you like
I thought,
typo negative?
I know a little bit of Typo Negative, but I say I remember any songs by them.
You went to the moon. All right, we don't care what you think. What you think? Just check out everything they've ever done. Start with their first album, Slow, Deep and Hard. That is, I recommend Failing to Cope with the Natural Beauty of Infidelity. Brilliant. You went to Le Mans. I'm not Pete Steele. Rest in peace, Pete Steele. Just please, if you like any kind of metal, and I think it's doom metal. There's so much types of metal, but if you like, intense metal, brooding metal, the heaviness of the heavy metal, then you could do a lot worse. And check out Typo Negative's debut album, Slow, Deep and Hard. I thoroughly recommend it.
I miss Chester Bennington.
Oh, well, let's just talk about what you want to talk about then.
Hey, what? I love that band.
I want to talk about Typo Negative.
You love that man?
Night.
Did you just say
Band?
you love that man?
He did. That,
okay.
Jedi. I think Jedi. Can we have a rewind on that, please?
He loves that. He loves that man. He loves that
with
man.
his Jedi powers. For goodness' sake! Not there's anything wrong with that. What do you think, Captain? Captain, my captain.
I am so totally lost in what's going on. Yeah, sure. Well, why not?
Why not? Let's go with that.
Control the stream there, boy, host.
Hey, how about
I think
this?
that's the captain's gift. He gets us knuckleheads together, and they're like, "Let the chaos ensue."
Yeah, exactly.
It's like gladiators, isn't it?
What can I say?
Yeah, but you have somebody telling you that I'm too controlling, and that I blah 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 blah. It's like
You can't win. You're too controlling. I know they're like that on my channel. They complain, go, "Oh, Cockney, you get me on your show, and then you mute me the whole time." I'm like, "Yes, you just there just to look pretty." What? Exactly, Captain. Fuck them. It's your show. You can do what you like. Fuck the guests. Fuck the chat. Bollocks to a lot of you. Do you think it's easy being Captain Trek, throwing this together, getting this unique combination of knuckleheads to argue about stuff for your delectation? Do you think it's easy? No. Give them a break. Send them some money. Show some gratitude, will you? You fuckers. Back to you in the studio. To hell with it. They're alive. And that was Sting with his new album, Tantric Masturbation. All right, back to you in the studio.
God.
They're alive!
Wow!
What is this? The new cut from Slipknot. Now, Sting and Slipknot together in Electric Dreams.
Oh, you gotta meet Truth Apocalypse, man. We gotta get you and Truth Apocalypse on the same stream.
Oh yeah.
I can see these two guys freaking doing quite well together.
Oh, says you.
Okay, get him on my stream sometime.
LDG, that's sweet. Playing matchmaker and all,
Hey, man. Look what I did for you.
LDG matchmaking service.
All right.
What you doing for me?
I got you and your cat together.
What? I don't think you did that. No.
That escalated quickly.
That would be de-escalated. No idea.
You're the captain. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That is correct.
How in the hell?
This might be a bit much. This might, and Jedi, I love you. We could always get you and your old girlfriend back together on a stream.
Nah.
Ah,
The witch milk. Bing
Inside
bong,
joke.
the witch
Those
is
know what I'm
dead. The
talking
witch
about.
is dead. The witch
Sorry,
is
inside
gone.
joke, but very funny.
You know I do have a soft spot for witches, just not that particular witch, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. The Wicked Witch of the Cuckoo. And we got Captain Spock on camera. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about.
Geezer,
Nothing like,
geezer. On the ones and twos. Captain Cockney Spot coming at you like a beam, like a ray. All right, geezers. What's going on? What's happening?
up?
What's going on? Come on, Jedi. What's going on? Jedi Bill, what's going on? Come on, Jedi. Take control. You're the Jedi.
yeah.
Which JP's got it.
What's going on?
JP's got it. He's laughing his ass off right now.
No, I'll tell you what, I've been reading this. Oh, we got to read the book. I've been reading the book, June, right? I've been reading this. I'll tell you what. I'll be reading. I'll read you.
I accept bad witches too. You know, the right bad witch.
Right, I'll tell you what. Right, I'll give you a. Listen, right, I'll give you a segment from June. Right, all right. Are you ready? Right, I'm going to read from June the book. Ready? Are you ready? Right, I've got it bookmarked. Right, ready? Shut up. Right? Shut the fuck up. Paul Atreides looked. Oi, shut up. Paul Atreides looked out across Arrakis. I fucking hate saying it's coarse, it's rough, and it fucking gets everywhere. Brilliant. Well done, Frank Herbert. No, it's good. It's a good book, but Frank Herbert, stop copying J.J. Abrams. You know what I mean? Fucking big desert planet. It's all been done.
A reading from Cockney Spock, and you got to like read a book, and oh man, that would be fucking hilarious. That's good. That's good.
No, it's a good book. It's all right, but you know, it's a bit yada, saying. I mean, look at this. A beginning is a delicate time. Like, shut the fuck up, get the kettle on. You know what I mean? In the week before their departure to Arrakis, when all the final scurrying about and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Get to the fight scene. Pew 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 pew. You know, geezer. There's a geezer. There's no. I mean, why? I mean, it's a bit stupid, isn't it? Why did they give the Atreides the mining rights to Arrakis? Oh, I know. I'm going to now move against the Atreides by giving them the most important planet in the galaxy. It's bollocks, isn't it? I mean, what the fuck? I don't like Paul Atreides, says the Emperor, so I'm going to give him the keys to Arrakis. I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? Not. You know what I mean? It's bollocks. I mean, what the fuck? June. June, part 1. Great. When's part 2? In about 5 years. Well, let me know when it's done, and then I'll watch the whole thing, wouldn't I? You know what I mean? To hell with it.
Oh, gold. Fucking gold.
I'm just saying. I mean, you know, it's the June. It's the Slipknot of science fiction, isn't it? You know, light metal. If you just you know, something a bit pleasant. You know, green sleeves in a modern style. Do you know what I mean?
Oh man.
Oh, great.
This is the kind of gold. This is the stuff you need, Cap.
Hey, look at my to-do list. Number 1, pick up a bunch of whales. I've got to kidnap 3 whales and send it to the future. What the fuck?
Of course, as many people are going to like it as it's going to piss off. So, you know, it's going to even out in the end.
I hope so.
It's a win-win.
You see the size, though? Do you know how much those things weigh? No, neither did I. Had to take it to the railway station.
Now, if I was lucky, it would actually, you know, there'd be more people who liked it than didn't like it. But more than likely, it'll even out. So, you know, it is what it is.
It doesn't matter, though.
It is, wow.
People hate watch. It's a thing.
It just doesn't matter.
I don't.
It just doesn't matter.
I don't hate watch.
Does it matter? Does it matter to you if Joan Collins' fan club is dead? Does it matter? Does the prime directive matter, Jedi Bill? Does the murder of younglings matter? No. Just another day to you.
Joe killing younglings. I enjoy killing younglings. What? It's fun.
Hang on, let me just move this. Oh, hang on.
I enjoy killing.
You what? You enjoy killing? Call yourself a Jedi?
I do, especially this time of year.
Like my new bracelet. Fucking cushy, innit? All right. Yeah.
Should we put you down for dismemberment?
I'll put myself down to membership for dismemberment. I will join the member. I'll be a member. I'll be a dismemberment member. I will not diss the members of the dismemberment club because I'm a dismemberment member.
They're members here? I didn't know that.
Remember.
Wow, you're up there. Congratulations.
Oh, good times. Good times.
Oh my God! I want Cockney Spock reads the Bible, the King James Version.
In the beginning, there was the face of the waters. There was just the spirit of facing over the waters. In the beginning, the Lord said, "What does the Lord need with a starship?"
I can see it now.
What does he need with a starship?
A Cockney reading featuring Spock, right? And
yeah, a normal accent.
That music starts in the background. You know that kind of music from like a 1980s documentary they made us watch in school.
Space, the final frontier.
And you have Spock with a book, and he's just. I don't know if it's your camera or the way you're moving him, or a combination of the both, or the lights in the background, but. That's like it's perfect. Like I'm totally getting
it wasn't that he's dead, Jim.
I'm getting a robot chicken vibe. Totally, like perfect.
Don't worry about the special effects. Think about internal canonical verisimilitude. I'll tell you what, mate. City on the Edge of Forever is fucking bollocks. You cannot erase the timeline. I don't give a fuck. That is no joke. Don't you get me started on fucking variable timelines.
Fantastic dolls, so I can.
You think am I a joke? Do I look like a joke to you? Does time travel look like a joke to you? Does it? Does it? Fuck. City on the Edge of Forever. City on the Edge of your bollocks, more like. Oh, we're going to erase the timeline. Oh no, quick, Joan Collins. Yada yada yada. Fuck off. Do what you like. Tell you what, top tip, right? Go to the past. Do what you like. You know. Kick a bus over, have a burger, do what you think you like, you know, have a wank on the Queen. Well, not literally, obviously, that's illegal, but you know. Don't worry about changing the timeline, basically, because you've already gone back, haven't you? 12 monkeys, that's your guide. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, that is why you got no time travel in Star Wars, except I'll tell you what, now you fucking have, you mumties. The Veil of the Force, that fucking cunt Filoni, big hat Dave Filoni. I'll tell you what, the Bland DeLorean, it's all right. The Bland DeLorean, how the fuck does that Dave Filoni every week get into the fucking cockpit of an X-Wing fucking fighter wearing that big cowboy hat? How the fuck does he get that Stetson 10-gallon hat into the cockpit of an X-Wing fighter, both literally and conceptually? You know what I mean? A cowboy hat. Dave Filoni in a cowboy hat in an X-Wing. It kind of ruins the cultural verisimilitude of a galaxy that is ostensibly far, far away. You know what I fucking mean? It's bollocks, isn't it? Oh, look, Dave Filoni in an X-Wing. Is that how far we've sunk, isn't it? Dave Filoni in a cowboy hat and the Bland DeLorean. Oh, look, I'm Dave Filoni. I'm an X-Wing pilot. La, 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 la. Oh, good for you! Back to Captain Trek in the studio.
I haven't laughed this hard in the Morning Brew in a while.
How dare you?
Well, I've laughed, but this is gold.
Hey, you snore in the soup and you laugh in the brew. What is this?
Well, the brew wasn't going on at 3 a.m. in the fucking morning.
T03 hot. Don't get me started.
Besides, every time I seem to fall asleep, that actually is a good thing. It seems like.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, back at the academy, we used to finish every toast with a song. Moja. Speaking in a monotone, it was quite hypnotic. Know what I mean?
Isn't the song "It's Been a Long Road"?
It's been a
How to get there
long
from here?
road, getting from here to there.
There to
I
here.
would walk five. I would fly 500 parsecs, and I would walk 500 more to get into your quadrant. La da 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 da. Brow, brow.
You're very
What's your
forward.
favourite quadrant? I
Cockney
like Delta.
Spock.
What? Jedi Bill.
Filter? Turn off
Welcome
all
to-
filters.
I have no filter.
Fuck it
You're not
all.
noticed.
Yeah, have a pill of fuck it all. You know.
Oh, I'm drinking a nice cup of shut the fuck up at the moment. That's good. And a treat.
Oh.
Doesn't
How's it
seem to be
taste?
working.
You got your. Did you put your cream of some dumb guy in there?
Oh, extra cream. I've got it full Kathleen Kennedy over here.
I don't know, Bill. You're the one who had freaking walnuts. You tell us.
Some what? Ball nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill had a stream where he had
That was that one time. Yes.
Oyster Mountain beans, whatever the fuck.
What is this geezer talking about?
You missed it. It was an awesome stream. He had hot
I
sauce
did.
and walnuts.
Yeah.
Hot balls.
Nothing like bull balls.
Yeah. Bill had bull balls in his mouth. Literally.
Hey.
You know, it
Money,
does say
money,
something about
money.
one's character, though.
Action
that you can
talks
actually
and
rip
money
the balls
walks.
off a bull.
No, money talks, bullshit walks. Hang on a minute.
I'm like Mikey. I'll do anything for money.
And good morning, Sherry.
What
And
was
that's
that?
not true because Mikey,
Sorry.
if you remember correctly, Mikey hates everything. So I don't know why. Oh, he likes it. Well, of course he likes it. He would like anything if he like you. Like God, people. Mikey
God,
hates
people.
everything. That's how the commercial was. Is if you go back and look, give it to Mikey. He hates everything.
We hate everyone.
But they get
We
the part.
hate
Wow, he likes it.
everyone.
Well, if he likes everything, why the hell would it be important if he liked it?
Can you hear that whistling?
Yes.
Oh, lovely. Should go away shortly. There we go. Or not.
It's fine. It's not. So I could hear it. It wouldn't.
So what it is my father. He likes to whistle while he breathes. Don't ask me why. It's a thing.
Whistle while you work. Hitler is a Burke.
Well, I always know when he's coming because I can hear the whistling. It's kind of like a cha-cha-cha-cha. Like you just know when he's coming around the corner.
Oh, that's a good thing.
They should make a horror flick. The guy who's coming to get you always whistling while he breathes. So,
Yes.
yeah. I'm surprised how fast my beard grew back. Maybe I should shave it again. I don't know.
Maybe
not.
so. And good morning, Sherry. How are you this morning?
So, today's going to be fun, guys. Happy Halloween Eve. Don't forget to check out Nerdgasm tonight at 11, hour early, or for being late 2 hours early, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have some fun tonight. Got a nice panel going on, and everyone's going to be dressing up, and we're going to have a blast.
You're going to be wearing a dress?
I'll be wearing something, but I've already seen a few. So Dandelion's dressing up in something very interesting. So is Yvette, and Chris Knight, I think, has got something going on. Cockney Spock, I believe, is going to be showing up. Jedi Bill.
Of course I'm going to be showing up. It's my show.
Am
I going to be showing up? I'm going to be dominating.
Well, I never said for sure and definitely.
You'll show up. Jedi Bill, you'll show up.
I know Haster's coming.
Get a sniff of another 500 subscribers. You'll be there.
Don't forget to check out Haster's stream at I think he said 9. He's going to be doing a stream. I'm going to pop in real quick. And
Anime.
Yeah, he's doing an anime show. So check out Haster. Haster, if you're in the chat, man, shout out in the chat there. If you got the link ready or whatever, I'll pop in over there for a bit. But yeah, at 11, we're going live. And we're going to have some good Halloween fun. Anything like last week, it's gonna be a blast.
Well, I will not be there, obviously. So
You're not coming?
I'll be watching.
Are
I'm
you
not wearing a
watching?
costume. Don't want to.
The costume isn't mandatory. It's optional.
You
It's
said
like
it was.
No, I never said it was mandatory.
It's optionally mandatory.
Yeah, it's
And
optional.
good morning, old media guy.
Hello, media guy.
Besides, Captain Trek, you already have your costume. All you got to do is go on camera. That'll scare the shit out of everyone.
Bum, bum, bum.
2, 1, 0. No? Okay. Thought I was going to get shadow zoned for a second.
I thought you were going to get ruthlessly mic drops.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get mic drop too.
Nope.
You're getting trashed at such a high pitch that only dogs are laughing.
And good morning, Resolute Germ.
Resolute Germ, back again.
What's going on, Rezo? Why don't you come on up here, man? Are you busy, or is your wife working?
Oh, snap. Will it be on time? No, it'll be late. Again.
Yes,
So
I am making sure
I'm going to totally subvert your expectations.
that I will be up and ready on time. Yes. Absolutely. I won't be late for this one. It's always good though, right? Who wants to be on time all the time? It's just too predictable. Oh, we got a Barry on sweep. Barry on sweep. Barry on sweep.
Good morning, old media guy.
Morning.
Look who it is.
How y'all doing?
What's going on?
Doing good. How are you?
Getting by, thanks.
What up, OMG?
Hey.
That's funny. Your initials say, "Oh my God."
So, how have you been? What's going on, old media
Well,
guy?
I've been writing a book.
Ah, cool.
Neither am I.
Finally, Cat in the Hat Part 2. I've been waiting for that.
Yeah, Cat in the Hat sat on a rat, and now the rat's flat.
Darren should like that one.
Yes. Actually,
Like
it's
something
a bit
cloud.
of Doctor Who fan fiction.
Sweet.
I'm going to throw it into the chat there. So if you like classic Doctor Who, remember, there's Christmas coming up, and Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa, and a bunch of other holidays. Only costs $1 if you buy it on Kindle, so buy it, you cheapskate. What are you waiting for? Thanks.
Yeah. Interesting. If Doctor Who is a timeless child, then what the fuck was Claire under the bed of the Doctor? Just thought of that.
I don't go into the doctor's bedroom.
Claire did.
Anymore.
No, my story is if you've read any of Dr. Alex's stuff or listened to his audio books that he's produced based on his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was my starting point. I heard his stories last year. I had a lot of driving to do, and he had his stories on. So, all right, I'm just going to put them on my MP3 player and listen to them. And I thought they were great. And he had a scene where the doctor stood by a gravestone. It was Sarah Jane Smith's gravestone. I thought, well, what happened? How did she die? And that sort of sparked this whole story. And so it's Sarah Jane's last adventure.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Wow, I like that. You
I
were
want to ask
inspired by
questions, but I
somebody
don't wanna
else.
spoil anything. So
No.
Yeah, so hopefully y'all like it. If you like Dr. Alex's stuff, I think you'll like this.
put it on your channel.
Good.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with Jody Who, really. Although I do mention Jody obliquely when the doctor says I've had many lives in many universes, because my personal opinion is Jody's in her own universe.
Nah,
Yes. She's in a separate timeline, in a separate universe, correct.
Yep.
That's not your opinion, you're right.
Now, if I write any more fan fiction, it's going to be Capaldi meeting Jody and finding out that Jody is in another universe. But that would require me to watch at least one or two Jody episodes. I'm not sure I can do that.
well, it's rough how they're going to fix Doctor Who because they already have a number of things established in canon. One of them being specifically seeing Capaldi turned into Jodie. So whatever they do, they're going to have to explain that out.
Retcon the retcon.
I mean, I'm sure there's a way they can do it, but they have to find somebody talented enough in a writing department and
Well, thank you.
In knowledge.
I do have a way to show that she's in another universe without destroying canon and without destroying the Jodie stories for the people who like them. It's just they would be in their own universe so that those of us who don't like them can say, oh, they don't quite matter to me. And Resolute Germ, does it take the Sarah Jane show into account? Yes, it absolutely does. There was no way this story could have been written without
that's good.
Taking those stories into account, including, I mean, all of them except Maria show up in the story. Maria is mentioned, but the rest of the characters from Sarah Jane show up and they play a significant role in what's happening.
What about Roof? Can't think of his name.
K9's in there.
K9, yeah. Sorry.
K9's in there for a little bit.
Sweet.
As is Mr. Smith. As is Geeta and Haresh.
I'd be interested in reading it. What are you going to do? Just release it as an audio or?
Right now, it's on Amazon as paperback or Kindle. And I'm not sure about the audio yet because I released a preview of that and I took a look at the analytics of that. The analytics were that people were watching 13 seconds and stopping. So, for whatever reason, that's
13 seconds. I mean, that's me though.
So I don't know why that's not doing well, but if I get a lot of interest if I get some interest in an audio version, I'll produce it.
Are you trying to monetize it or just give it away?
Well, I'm selling the Kindle version for $1, so I'm not. It's monetized, but I'm not trying to retire off it.
What I'm saying is giving out a version that's not behind a paywall. Is that an option? Maybe not now. Maybe after you let it sell for a while. Maybe sometime in the future.
If I release a version like that, I'll be doing what Dr. Alex has done, which is just record it so everyone who wants to listen to it for free can.
Okay, good. I mean, yeah, because obviously, right, you're still going to get, and this is one thing that I keep telling people about, is that just because you give it out for free doesn't mean you can't make money on it. People who want to support you, even NB said today,
Amen.
NB's own mouth said, I want to support it by going to the theaters because he loves it. And I'm a strong believer in people who want to support a creator, even if you give out something for free, that they will find a way to want to support you and make that happen. But I'm just not necessarily a reader per se. I wouldn't mind paying $1 to hear the audio version, but it's just a thing with me and reading. It's hard to read when you're dyslexic, left-handed, and 80 triple HD.
Yeah. Apparently the new Kindles have a text-to-speech function. I've not tried it. I don't know if they're any good.
Yeah, it was okay. What Dr. Alex is doing, this is something I thought that YouTube channels would be a great deal of, is having these book clubs, people who are inspired by the artwork or whatever it is, and actually do a reading, like a real reading of it.
Oh, yeah.
5-6 people to play the different parts, and you read it out. Maybe you have a technical director that puts some good music behind it or something and changes the music during the different parts and stuff. Maybe giving it a little extra layer of creativity and releasing it as like a play kind of thing. You don't have to go overboard. Like, you don't got to dress up and act on a stage or anything like that. You could just do the reading. But that would be something
I would love to do that. That would be completely awesome. In fact, if I had the money, I would just pay Dr. Alex to record my story for me, because he could do such a better job than I could. I can't get the accents right for obvious reasons. And whenever I read Capaldi's Doctor in my story, I'm hearing a bit of Capaldi in my head and also a bit of Dr. Alex. So who knows?
There's a lot of people with my learning, my type of learning. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, style, type, whatever, that would appreciate that.
I just put the audio preview I did a couple of months ago into the chat. So if I see that video start to pick up watch hours and watch time, then I'll consider putting it on YouTube for free.
Nice. Have you been reaching out to other forums?
Not yet. It's first forum. I thought telling about my sequel to Dr. Alex's story would be perfect on Captain Trek as a premiere.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Just don't rule out that there are hundreds of forums out there on different platforms. Just regular forums, like
absolutely
BBSs and whatnot. That there are millions of people that will read your post, and you link them back to the YouTube channel to get the exposure.
Speaking of reading, I'm just finding out what I ordered on eBay before passing out earlier. Oh dear. Men's new red Napoleonic Hussar uniform, military style, gold braided jacket. Fuck.
Wow.
Guess I'm going to be ready for Halloween next year.
Maybe.
God, I think I'm really getting into this wargaming. Until last night, I didn't even know the Hussar jacket was actually available in the Napoleonic era. I thought it was more Crimean. But no, apparently I've got one in the fucking post. Live and learn, eh? The Hussar style available in the Napoleonic era, not the Crimean. Crimean. Who fucking knew?
You make it sound like a Crimean against humanity.
Oh, this is a rider.
I'm sorry, I had to do a dad joke.
I love it.
Without pants, what? That is exactly. No, I'm with you. More of those, please. Back to you in the studio, Captain Shrek. I mean, Lower Shrek. I mean, Trek. Oh, fuck. Back
Lower
to you.
decks. I mean, so sorry. Yeah.
That one?
Can we just stop for a second and appreciate the genius of Cockney Spock? How amazing that would be to have a Cockney Spock on the bridge talking about logic and such.
That is the no. But unfortunately, it's not even original. It's been done. You can look up Cockney Star Trek. It's been done. You go to the IT crowd. It's been done again. It's a thing. It's like a sub-genre. I'm not even Cockney Spock. I'm fucking Cockney Mirror Spock. I'm Cockney Spock from the Mirror Cockney verse. It's a whole level. I'm evil Cockney in the punishment booth with you, young man.
Oh boy.
I spent 3 hours in the punishment booth the other day, and then I realized it was just the toilet.
The toilet where they made you read the script to The Last Jedi.
Actually, I found the script to The Last Jedi to be very, very helpful in the bathroom, because I just have to tear off a page or two, and there it is.
But there you go. That is the latest marketing idea. I've not heard back from Kathleen. Dear Kathleen Kennedy, can you please do Lucas Disney themed toilet paper? You can do the scripts for each of your movies on a pack of 3 toilet rolls. Brilliant. Extra ply, Last Jedi. Thanks very much. She hasn't fucking responded, has she?
You know, that would sell. We should try to get a hold of Bob Chapek and say, dude, this would sell.
But I reckon Paycheck would go. There you go, Bob Paycheck. There you go. Exactly. I want to speak to the organ grinder, not the monkey. That's right. Fuck you, Kennedy. I want to talk to Paycheck. Let's do it. Come on, Pickles. You can do it. You're powerful, aren't you? In print media. Last Jedi toilet paper. Make it so. Warp Factor 2. And while you're at it, do one for Disco Very. Burnham toilet paper for hot curries.
Isn't The Last Jedi the one where they do that warp jump?
It's the one that you're meant to watch whilst under the influence of magic mushrooms, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
The one where it goes.
I
all
can
meta and
confirm that.
Kathleen, hello, Star Wars. Anyone there? Hello, Star Wars. Go away.
Yep, me and my whole family went to see Last Jedi in the theater, and I was so high on legal painkillers that I enjoyed it. True story.
Oh,
Nice. That must be a very special brand of whiskey.
Last Jedi was one of the first Star Wars movies I actually watched after the last Star Wars movie I saw, which was a long time before then. I was like, this isn't even fucking Star Wars. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck am I?
Yeah.
I almost thought I put the wrong damn disc in or something. I was like, it had more of a. I had the last time I had that kind of feeling, like, am I watching Star Wars but not watching Star Wars, was watching The Last Starfighter. Same exact feeling. Which you're not supposed to get when you're watching Star Wars.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's good when
about,
you get that feeling when you're watching something else, right? Like if you're watching something else and you compare it to Star Wars, that's a fucking compliment. But if you're getting that feeling like this isn't Star Wars, why, but it's Star Wars, and you're watching Star Wars, that's a bad fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of like, what I got when I got to admit, I got that same feeling recently watching Star Wars Prodigy. And that wasn't a good thing. I didn't want to compare Star Trek to Star Wars, yet the creators had me doing that. Pew pew and all. It's a shame. I feel bad.
well,
I feel bad for all of us.
I happen to like the Star Wars Prodigy first 2 episodes.
I happen to like nice men.
Now, after we go further on into the series, it may probably go down, but
coming from you and what the things you said about Lower Deck, that is fucking surprising.
Like I said, it's Star Wars.
You railed on a series that so tried hard to be Star Trek in every way, like with all the mentions and the blueberries and muffin berries and Easter eggs and all that crap. And you talk so much shit about it.
Horrible.
To come to a show that didn't even try to be Star Trek, and you're saying you liked it.
It was Star Wars. What can I say?
Well, you liked it for Star Wars, and like I said, if it was any other cartoon, any other animation, any other show, I'm not dogging it for what it was. I'm dogging it because it's not fucking Star Trek.
I liked it until Janeway showed up. Then it's like, what the fuck? Janeway doesn't belong in Star Wars.
I mean, that could be that show could have been so another show, and even Star Wars, for God's sakes. And it would have been great. It was a great show. I like what they did, like how they did everything, the progressions, the plot, acting, the whole 9 yards, the animation style, the whole everything. But not for Star Trek. Just not for Star Trek. It's not Star Trek. It's obvious. It's not Star Trek. This was templateized story plot, storyboard for some other show or some other generic show, and they say, well, now all you have to do is just add a couple pieces and call it whatever the hell you want. You can add a couple pieces, call it Star Trek. Add a couple pieces, call it fucking the Smurfs. Add a couple pieces, call it Fraggle Rock. Jeez. And we're seeing that. I started seeing this a long ass time ago with video games, and they did it. They first did this with video games, where they would make a generic They would make a generic engine, a generic setup, and then they would just change the skin and call it whatever the fuck. They did that with Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online, the original game wasn't Star Trek. It was a template-sized piece of shit that you couldn't even fly in 360 degrees when you first started. It wasn't Star Trek. It was just skinned as Star Trek. You had World of Warcraft. They took the engine, made Conan, they made Guild Wars, and they made all these other shit. Halo, you got fucking. They reskinned it and called it Portal, and reskinned it and called it, all this shit. Now we're seeing that with our TV shows. Now they've mastered the art of non-binary, whatever the fuck you want to call it, genericizing a particular story or production or media, whatever, and then just changing the skin and calling it whatever the fuck they want to call it.
That's true.
Yeah,
They
it
had
is.
to with the Marvel films because Chapek, etc., said no, you got to produce 3 films a year. So they had to go to some formula. They
They
just
had to
would
do
have felt.
something. But that's
Yeah.
the thing that pisses me off. You're not getting stories that are specifically handwritten for that genre. I don't feel like I'm getting something that deep down, if you scratch the surface, you see something completely different. That
Yeah.
level of fakeness, as much as it sells, because you got YouTube channels doing the same fucking thing. It's just horrible. It's seriously it's going to affect our children. It's going to affect our entertainment in ways that even I can't think of yet. This level of ingenuity.
Even this guy with his warped imagination has not yet conceived the evils to its
We're not going
things.
to have the entertainment that's as good as it was. I mean, Cockney Spock had me watching Blade Runner. I was like, when's the last time I've seen a movie that was put together like you can tell Blade Runner is Blade Runner. That isn't some generic thing that they just added little bits to and called it Blade Runner.
Nice.
You can see the work put into that to make it Blade Runner. It smells Blade
By
Runner.
the way, Dillard, where are you with your important Blade Runner review, Dillard? Show your face, you scaredy cat. Dillard too has broken his Blade Runner cherry and apparently has a lot to say, and yet Cat has got his tongue. Right, Dillard?
I know what you're saying, man, because we watched Shrek 2 the other night, and I made the mistake of eating popcorn because I was aspirating the popcorn from laughing so hard. I had forgotten that in the 2000s, they were so good at writing comedies that I thought this was going to be a new golden age for film comedy. It turned out to be the opposite. They decided to go for, I don't know if they fired everybody who knew what they were doing and replaced them with people who were of the appropriate mental background, according to them. But we had films that were so funny you couldn't eat the popcorn because you would be choking
American
onto
Pie.
films no one wants.
I was choking on American Pie within the first 10 minutes. Choking.
And good morning, Resolute Germ.
Hey, Resolute.
Hey, Resolute.
Old media guy. I listened to that preview for Sarah Jane. Very good. If I owned a cable,
thank you.
I'd buy it.
Nice.
I'm going to keep the idea of doing the audio version in my back pocket, but
please do.
Right now I can't do it, but who knows what's going to happen in November. As I said, I'd really like to get Dr. Alex to do it. I just don't know if I don't want to ask for free, and I don't have the cash to pay him to do it. So that's kind of where we stand with that.
Oh, you could always. Well, yeah. No, I hear you. You don't want to. But you do have options. So I don't think you don't have options, even with your current variable set, parameter set. Hey, Chief Cook, what's going on? What up, Bone? You don't have to directly ask them to do it for free, but you can put out like a feeler for just a generic overall feeler. And if he happens to see it and happens to contact you,
you can get a whole cast for it. Do like one of those old radio shows versions of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you don't have to make it look like it's
Yeah.
a request. You can make it look like it will not make it look like, but you can do it as a promotional and just happen to mention, or if anyone's interested in blah 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 blah. I don't know how you would say it. Just figure it out, but you could just mention it, and because there are people out there that would be. You might
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
somebody else. You might find somebody else out there that does it even better than he does, or you know what I mean, or has a whole resources you never thought you had access to, and they contact you.
Yeah.
It's just not just Dr. Alex, even though Dr. Alex is awesome and I love watching his videos. He's not just the only one out there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll have
Yeah.
to think about that.
Didn't be back yet. He's still talking to his wife. Guess he's still
He's
talking
still
to his
muted.
wife. Rezo,
How you doing?
you've been a bad boy.
How so?
Just been a bad boy. We'll talk later.
Has he been a naughty boy? He's let his face grow long.
Naughty boy. Naughty, naughty. Yes.
Scaramouche.
I'm just a naughty boy.
And good morning, Bone. What's going on? Hey,
Why does
Mar.
it happen? Because it happens.
Basically.
Oh, Jedi, I just saw your message, man. Good night, man. Take it easy. Get some rest. I think I'm going to make another coffee here in a minute and have one more coffee before I get behind the computer and get some work done. You sound like you're having fun, Captain. Don't think I'm going to stream and fill the gap today. I streamed yesterday. I got to get some. I got to focus on some things today. And
Absolutely. Well, keep in mind, Resolute Germ is going to be streaming.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, and it's Sunday. That's right. It's Sunday. Saturday morning. Wait. Sunday.
Saturday.
All right, so we got Saturday morning cartoons. We got Nerdgasm. We got Darth Haster doing an awesome show tonight. We got his bird said that he possibly be doing a Saturday cinema.
Correct.
Saturday cinema.
Why can't I remember?
It was supposed to be. He said it was going to be. Shit. I know what it is. It's some fuck. I can't. It was a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was a funny movie. It was. Fuck. I can't remember. I'm sure somebody in the chat will say it.
He wasn't going to be doing Beetlejuice, was he?
No. He said he was doing.
That would have made sense. I can't think.
If you say Beetlejuice 3 times quickly, does Michael Keaton appear?
I wish.
No, say it 3 times.
Oh, Harold and
Have a
Kumar.
bottle of Jack and he'll come around.
Yes.
Kumar.
Mm-hmm.
Kumar. There we go.
Those
That's right.
movies.
Yeah, the funny one too. So that's good. 3 p.m. Eastern. So we got confirmation. That's when I will be shortly after taking my recharge nap in 6 hours from now. So I'm ready for tonight. So I won't be on the panel, but I'll be listening.
So for those of you who are just listening, Harold and Kumar, 3 p.m. Eastern, Bird of Prey.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Harold and Kumar at 3 p.m. Eastern on Bird of Prey 5 channel. And speaking of channels, the featured channel for today is Sinnabun Bunny. The link is in the description. Feel free to check out his content. He does a lot of game streams, enterprise build, does some open lines, and used to do some buddy streams. And so check him out. Subscribe to him if you like.
No. You have no option. Subscribe to him.
I don't know how to link it so it automatically pops up. So
A and B.
Yay, old media guy. Yeah, I'm back. I had to, talk with the wife. Priorities. They're looking to put clubs together for their school, and she wanted me to review what she had, and we got into a rather long discussion about it and trying to, just parenting thing, teaching things. How are you doing, old media guy? I haven't seen you in a spell.
Yeah, I've been away writing.
Oh, what are you writing?
I wrote some Doctor Who fan fiction, kind of based off of Dr. Alex's. It's called Sarah Jane's Last Adventure.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Why and how did Sarah Jane die?
Well, I saw something. My wife and I were talking about this, and I ran into something on Twitter from Canada. They are this one school district, and I don't know if you guys have ever read this book or saw the movie. I've done both, but they banned Lord of the Flies because they said it was outdated and too much about white people. Because some kid complained. I'm like,
what?
Did this fucking kid actually read the book?
Must not have. Must just saw the white face on the cover and said, "Oh, white kid in the jungle. That's just not right. We have to get rid of that."
Yeah, but the whole point, but they missed the whole point of the book. It doesn't matter what color these kids are. The point is they are kids with no parents, no adults. And it's about a society, and they try to make a democracy, and it ends up going into tribalism between two different tribes. And you're trying to figure out how to deal with that, and they're trying to figure out, but they're young kids. They don't have the brain power that adults, and it shows how it is basically about a breakdown of society. Look, I've read the book, for fuck's sake. I've seen the movie. It's one of the best.
For fuck's sake, he's read the book, people. Give the guy a break.
I just don't understand where they come up with this shit.
No.
Well, the word shit actually gives us a clue. They're pulling it out of their ass. They have no idea what they're talking about. They're going off their emotions. Their emotions are probably influenced by drugs, legal or otherwise. And they're wrapped up in a sort of brain cult that ought to be classified as a religion if we're going to talk about its effects. And no, they're not thinking. Anyone who's read that book would say there's something to think about in there, and it transcends race, it transcends gender. It happens to be all boys school because at the time, the writer's British. In the 50s, you had all boys schools. That's what you did. If you want to rewrite it, talk to his estate and say, look, I would like to rewrite it using such and such changes. Maybe they'd say yes.
No, I would say this. If you wanted to redo that movie in a different aspect, you could actually have boys and girls only if you actually do the girls right and show the differences between males and females. Not just, the females are always right and the boys are always wrong. No, we think differently. We are different types of people. We have different emotions. Why do you think so many women are caregivers?
That's why they can never do it today. It'd be the boys start killing people, the girls would all be victims, and they'd be the ones to make peace.
Yeah.
There's just no
As
two ways
opposed
about it.
to being cheerleaders to warfare. So that's what they don't want to talk about, is that women have had two roles in war historically. One is the peacemakers. The other is, I'm cheering you on to come back on your shield or not come back at all.
Ooh, nice 300 reference.
Thank you.
Well, think
It's more
about it.
like,
If
go
you
out there and
had
get me the
women,
spoils.
well, if you had women in, say, Lord of the Flies, you would have some women who would have gone with the democracy side, and some women would have gone with the stronger, what they thought. They would go with whatever tribe they thought, like the men did, was stronger.
Yeah.
Or they believed was the better camp to be in, just like the men did in that way. But they would do it differently. You would have women doing what they do, which is using their intellect, whereas men, we use our aggression, we use our brunt force and stuff like that. They would be using their femininity and their intellect in a way that would be different. Now, that would be interesting, but you know goddamn well they'd never do it that way.
Because that doesn't make sense.
No, actually, it makes complete sense. That's why they'd never do it.
It makes what? Sorry, I didn't catch the whole thing, but you basically said that men have to be men and women have to be women. Am I wrong?
No. I was talking about Lord of the Flies, and if it had women in it.
Oh, was there
What's
not
next?
a chicken? Was there not a chick in that movie?
No,
But then it would
was
be
an
called
all-boys-
Lady of the Flies.
No, remember, like old media guy said, it was an all-boys school because, newsflash, this was Britain in the 50s. They had all-boys schools. The whole point was the book is about, and the movie is about, boys, young boys.
Well, that's right.
And no adults. Because if you remember how it ends, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but the way it ends is very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
What's next? They're going to ban where the red fern grows because it's about a white family in the sticks. They probably
No,
wouldn't even
they'll ban where the red fern grows because they were mean to raccoons.
Or the band Indian in the Cupboard because it shows the story of an Indian in control of a white man.
They already did that here.
Oh,
They've started banning things. That's the issue. Books are now banned.
Yep.
Look,
It has
I understand.
Didn't we have this
I
before?
understand. Look, I understand appropriate content at certain levels for kids.
Mm-hmm.
But these are books I read in school. These were required. Where the Red Fern Grows was required reading when I was in school. To Kill a Mockingbird was required reading. I mean, we did a compare and contrast on the Where the Red Fern Grows, and we read the book. Then our class watched the movie. And there was an interesting point. We were done a compare and contrast, and what we found out was most of us notice the difference when one of the boys dies, when he accidentally falls on the axe. There's a point where in the book it says he has blood that pops out of his mouth. Whereas in this, it's just a little line there. And that was one of the biggest things we noticed the difference of. That's how faithful the movie really was to the book. And also, the kid doesn't even, they're so poor they can't even afford shoes. And it's about a boy who saves up money for a long time to buy 2 dogs.
Mm-hmm. A long
to be
time.
coon hunters. Well, why were they hunting raccoons? Because that's how they made their fucking living.
Because it's fun, Janice.
And yes, PCAT.
Yes,
there are schools. that are banning
If your
books.
school is banning To Kill a Mockingbird, that's a sign from God to pull your kids out of that school system.
What do you think I homeschooled?
Yeah.
It's like they try to pull out. They try to pull out Mark Twain's books because they're like, well, he says racist things. No, he talks like they talked back then.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not racism, it's how people talked. If you ban this stuff, you don't understand history of people and how they talked back then. What's next? They're going to ban Iliad the Odyssey for being too violent?
Oh, definitely
They've
Iliad
already
for
shuffled
that.
that off into the dustbin. They made people forget about the classical stuff, and then everything from the last couple centuries, it's racist.
You know,
Well,
it's
that's what
interesting having
No, go ahead.
studied Latin these last 11 months or so, because I can see why the elites wanted it out of school. Because both Latin and Euclidean geometry teach you to think critically about things that you normally would just take for granted, like language. We don't think about how to put a sentence together, we just know. So once you learn another language, especially one so orderly as Latin, you start to be able to think beyond the boundaries of what you think is normal. They don't want us to do that. They want us to be spoon-fed by them and accept their ideas and vote the way they want and so on and so forth. And we're not going to do it.
Oh, you brought up a good point. See, my wife is she works at a Christian private school. They teach them, and my wife is learning this as she's doing it, Latin. They actually do. They actually have verses in Latin. Actually, let me grab her. Let me grab Madam Geek, see if she'll give you an example of it.
PCAT says, seriously, most important, vote a parent that that has their school board vote. Vote in a parent to the school board who's actually going to make some changes for the better instead of these crazy changes that they're making, where anyone with common sense knew that if you have a policy that a student can use whatever bathroom they want, eventually some kid is going to use that policy to harm someone else. And then the school board will cover it up. And then it happens. It's
Louder
not conspiracy.
Louder County. Louder County.
Yep.
Careful.
So here's Madam Geek. She is the one who is
Madam
the
Geek.
teacher at the Christian school. And tell them about the Latin you guys do.
So at this Christian school, the curriculum they use, we teach Latin. They learn how to say prayers in Latin. They learn songs in Latin. They also learn. So I've taught my students the first 10 lessons are in the curriculum. And Latin, I wish I took Latin in high school because so many of our words come from Latin. And what else was I supposed to say?
Well, I was just saying, talk about some of the, what is it you guys do in Latin? Do you do remember when I was at your assembly and everybody was saying things in Latin?
Oh, we do assembly every morning, and whoever is leading assembly will tell the students surgite, which means stand up. Yep. We say at the very end to our classmates, we will say valete amici Latine, which says goodbye, students of Latin. And I found some really good tutorials on YouTube that are helping me explain to my students the conjugations of the verbs in Latin, and then also declensions of nouns in Latin. So in the English language, of course, we conjugate our verbs, or we change the way the verb is used, like we have present, past, and future. I'm not going to give you a lesson on English, but also in Latin, you do the same thing. Depending on how the verb is used, you change the spelling. Now with the nouns, depending on how the noun is used, it depends on what ending you put on the noun. So I'm not going into a huge long lesson, but it's very interesting to me because in the English language, we will say the ball is red. In other languages, they will say
ball red.
Ball red. They reverse it. So it's interesting to me how, yeah.
And what is that you guys pray in Latin? You said you had several
we
words.
We say a prayer in Latin before lunch every day. I almost have it memorized. So I was really behind the power curve teaching my students because they're just blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my God, I am behind. So I finally almost have it memorized word for word, which is interesting. So what else?
Bene, optimist.
I was going to say maybe give him a little bit of the prayer that you do that you know.
He wants me to say the prayer. Does anybody want to hear me say the prayer?
I do.
Okay, I will try my best. Benede Domine nos, et he tua dona, quede tue largitate, sumus turi, Christian Domine nostrum. Amen. The first part is bless us, O Lord. So Benede Domine nos. That's bless us, Lord. That's your Latin lesson for the day.
Thanks, Sonny.
So any questions before I get back to NB?
None for me, but thank you. Appreciate hearing that.
So, all right. I'll give it back to NB.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Oh, the reason why they teach the Latin at this school is because the original the original written word of the Bible is in Latin. That's why they teach it.
Yeah.
So if you get an original printing of the Bible in Latin, if you know how to read Latin, you can read the original written word versus how man has translated. Because in Latin, there are no words for a, and, or the. There's no Latin words for that.
Wow,
so that's why they teach Latin.
That's very interesting. I would like to know more. Can you make NB go do the dishes or something so you can stay with us longer?
You know what? If you want to talk to them, go ahead. I'll shut up. You guys are fine. You want to.
I was making a joke, NB. I was making.
I know.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right.
I'll let you get back to your TikTok videos.
Oh, I was looking at a video on crock pot meals. So quick and easy, you put them in a crock pot for 6 hours, and so that's what I'm watching. So trying not to do household stuff, which is hard for me.
Nice.
I've got a Latin channel here on YouTube. I want to put on your I want to put in the chat so you can use it if you find it helpful. You bring it up real quick before you go.
I have a class of 8 boys and 3 girls. So I was trying to show a video that put those noun endings I was talking about to music. So I tried to play it in my class. It was a complete disaster. My boys were like,
I will copy this and send it to you, honey.
Yeah, this particular channel, she's using Minecraft to teach Latin. So at least you're going to have the... Yes. Yeah, she's got about 5 or 6 Minecraft Latin videos up now.
Okay, I will, Madam E.
Thank you for sharing.
I will link that to you.
Yeah, my kids are
definitely temper tyrannus.
Yeah, my kids are definitely into Minecraft and Roblox and things like that. So thank you. I will definitely take a look at it. Well, thank you. If you have any questions, just hit me up on Twitter.
Will do.
Sweetheart. I loved it. Yeah, when I went to her assembly and I saw all these kids speaking Latin, I was just like, I'm blown away.
You know what blew me away? Students that can pass a math test that isn't multiple choice, or an English one.
Those don't exist in this country anymore.
No.
How about Semper Fidelis? I'll take Semper Fidelis over Semper Tyrannus.
Always with fidelity.
Who we simping?
I'll take Carpe Diem over both of them because I'm too busy carping all them DMs.
Well, one of the things. Let me send this to Madam Geek so she has this. I'm definitely going to take a look at this too. Well, one of the things that is interesting in the American language, English, which we all know is a bastardized language. Let's just admit it. You have those Latin.
Admit, boast about it. That's why it's the best language ever. You say bastardize, I say remix. Takes the best. It steals the best. First we took Latin, then we took the Germanic tongue, then we took better French. We basically kidnapped French, gave good kicking in the alley, took all the best verbs, left it bleeding. We were triumphant. We are Germanic. We are Latin X. We are Roman. We are everything. We'll take all your best words and return triumphant. The best language. What language are we talking now? English.
Well, think about it. The Latin being basically the root language of a lot of things. What does most Latin-based languages like Spanish, German, and them have? Feminine and masculine differences. So take the word. I'll give you two words. I'll give you a couple words. Let's take a color in.
I'll give you a
Spanish.
couple of words.
No. The word color. You have blanco, blanca. Both mean white, but one is masculine, one is feminine. And actually, I thought that was so fucking hilarious. You know how Crayola has different spellings? They had black, and then it said the Spanish translation, and somebody was like calling some idiot actually tweeted to Crayola, why do you have the word Negro on here? And Crayola actually came back and said, we often put different languages on there for help people, and it's pronounced negra or negro. And I had this one dumbass who actually said, I don't think that's how it's translated. I said, yes, it fucking is, you dumb shit.
Translate that.
Yeah, it comes from Latin. Nigr is masculine, black. You also have
Latin.
nigra and nigrum.
Mm-hmm. And Cockney, no more of the Latinx shit.
I haven't heard a single Latino.
I didn't come up with the phrase. I think it's offensive.
In fact, I think.
Hey, wait, hang on a minute. I've got to answer a point. If I'm Latinx shit, I didn't come up with it, mister. I'm just saying English is a Latin language. So someone yesterday was going Latin as opposed to European. It's like, hello, Spain is in Italy. So Latin is European, motherfuckers. So stop being so racist.
I have not heard a single Latino I know.
Learn to think, people.
This Latinx thing, I have not heard a single Latino. In fact, I think every Latino I've ever seen who actually responds to something like this says, stop using that. They hate it.
You know, we're supposedly talking about white oppression of minorities, and here's a bunch of crazed white people saying you've got to use the term Latinx or else. Why do the white people get to choose what the Latinos call themselves?
Good question.
Let's be more fair about it. It's crazed white women mainly.
Okay, I wasn't going to go there, but yeah.
You go to any HR department, you go to these local school districts, even the city governments, nothing but white women.
Yeah, I don't speak JW.
They're the ones making these stupid decisions.
Well,
and people thought the story of Eve was just a fable.
Well, the problem with English is, unlike other languages, is these idiots out here in the ether are just making up words like they think they matter. Well, I'm this, I'm that. This is what you will identify me as. Says who?
Yeah.
And I'm like, how will you deal with it if you go to another country and deal with the fact that they have, like, German cousin? We use the American term cousin, and that means, male and female. But in German, it's Cousin or Cousine, and they're spelled different. One is with a C, one is with a K. And they're spelled one way for masculine and one for feminine.
Yep.
That is how language evolved. Is most language evolved masculine. They made definitions so you knew, even in Latin, to know whether it was male or masculine or feminine. So you could identify in the reading.
And so you can save saying words. I know. I'm a strong believer.
Looks
that
like
everybody should have
Bosco is
their own
backstage.
language. There is no universal language.
What?
So,
Wow. Cool.
Oh, nice. Vasco.
Buenos días, everybody.
Buenos días.
¿Qué es
Bonjour.
esto haciendo?
Me estoy tomando un café. Un
Yes.
café, not una café.
Café en Valium.
Un café, which is
Un
masculine.
café?
Un café, which is
Un.
masculine. And this whole Latinx shit is just a bunch of generational laziness.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And just politics trying to control everything, even language, because they don't want to hurt people's. They don't want to hurt people's feelings, which is ridiculous.
Why? Because they
No,
want their votes.
It's not about feelings. None of these people actually believe that bullshit. That's just what they say in
All about
public.
money.
It's about
And-
control.
And just the whole for a history of the whole Latino or Hispano thing. Latinos are usually regions of South America, Mexico, that they identify as Latinos, which actually originated by a French author that when they were, mapping out the area, they actually called Latin American, Latin America. That's where it came. And then the Latinos started to identify themselves as Latinos.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Hispanos, which usually derives from Spanish speaking, which are usually from the Iberic Peninsula, from Spain, or they have direct Spanish descendants, directly bloodline from Spain. Those are usually triggered as Hispanos. That's why Latinos don't like when they're being called Hispanos, because some of them take it as a like their indigenous culture is being crushed on or stepped on, right? They refer it back to the colonialism of the Spanish. So that's why there's that rift, and it's all about interpretation. Because then, if you think of Latino as deriving from the Latin language, like you were saying earlier, you're exactly right. There's so many languages that are Latin. You have Portuguese, you have Catalan from Spain as well. You have Italian, you have French, you even have part of Tagalog, which is from the Philippines, that's also Latin because they have Spanish words in there. So
Isn't German also derived from it somewhat?
No.
Don't think so.
Modern German somewhat, but
Yeah.
traditional German, no, it's completely different.
Well, the English is a Germanic language that is heavily Latin influenced.
Correct.
Oh, you
Believe
say
yes.
heavily influenced. I say
Latin.
bastardized.
And also Old French figures heavily into our language because for about 300 years, England was a province of France.
Amen. Yeah, after 1066, it was the court language in basically English Parliament. Yep, what he said.
Yeah.
So one of the things, like I was saying about, especially when you talk about Spanish, and it's one of the reasons I love the language and I want to learn more of it, is it's really defined. And it had a very unique thing like Latin that I didn't know. So where you would say, we say blue shirt, they would say camiseta azul.
Yeah, azul,
Azul, yes.
or azul, as Latinos would say it, or azul, like the Spaniards would say it. That's where the connotation of the Z and the S's are different.
Now I have a question. Since you seem to be very, why is it? Why is it? Why is it? I hear so many people say, "mijo, mija" versus "hijo, hija."
It's all about where they're from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had and that makes total sense because I had two airmen I worked with,
Mhm.
And they were both, they both spoke fluent Spanish.
Mhm.
But I asked them a question because I saw most of the time people who were native to a certain language would talk the same.
Mhm.
And I said, "How come you guys don't ever talk in Spanish?" I was just curious. Well, I got a culture shock. One was first generation from Mexico.
Mhm.
One was first generation from Cuba.
All right, there's a difference.
Yeah.
Exactly.
difference.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
I could tell you a story. Like when I was, because I took actually languages and literature in college, and being my parents being from the Basque country of Spain, and that's a whole different language altogether. That's Euskera. But when I was taking my enriched Spanish with translation and all that, I had people from Panama that were in my class. So we would hang out after class, and I would take the bus home all the time. And I would say, well, voy a coger el bus. And they all started cracking up. Well, voy a coger el bus means I'm going to take the bus, right? And they started cracking up. And then like, yeah, you like that, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because for them, coger means to fuck. So every time I was saying I'm going to take the bus, I was saying to them, and in their mind, I was going to go fuck the bus.
Well, that was the very thing they kind of told me was
Yeah.
it's like we don't translate our Spanish the same way, so that's why they always talked English. And I was like, oh, that was interesting. And the reason why I brought it up was because I had two Filipinos I knew who one I worked with, one was in another area, and I just always would hear them talk together. And I
Right.
heard both of these young ladies talking in Spanish to certain people. And I was
Mhm.
like, how come you guys don't talk the same? And they said it doesn't translate.
Correct. It's not that it doesn't translate. It's that depending which country they're from, certain words are taken differently, right? Like what I just said, like, coger for
Exactly.
them is to screw, but from coger, the real word of coger is to pick up, right? Or to take. So, and depending where you are from Latin America, it can be something completely different in slang terms as well.
That was what I think that was
Yeah.
what they said was it was the
Right.
slang or the
Mhm.
definition of the word.
Mhm.
Like you said, you had a certain meaning of the word that you understood in the language, whereas somebody else could hear the same thing, speak the same language, and have a completely different meaning because they are from. And this is the part that I always say: look, I've never heard anybody other than a white person use the word Latino. Never heard it.
Oh
Never heard
no,
Latino.
the Latinos say it like, and you can sing singers and stuff like that when they sing. They go mi gente latina, or they go mi gente, things like that. It was very. You heard it a lot more, I would say, in the late '90s, early 2000s when Latin music started making a huge entrance into the American mainstream music. When you had all these crossovers like Ricky Martin, Shakira will come in as well. When they started, really making it big and regular English mainstream music, that's when you started hearing it. Because they were identifying their people, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I had seen dumbasses that I grew up a lot in Florida, and even though I'm a Midwesterner, I grew up a lot in Florida and grew up around a more Cuban culture.
Yeah.
But I remember somebody. I remember this so well. I remember this guy going, "Oh, you're Hispanic. Oh, you're Latino. No, I'm Puerto Rican. What's the difference? Or I'm Mexican. Well, what's the difference?" And I
But
just literally put my hand on my face. And I'm like, "You fucking idiot."
it's really different because there's people that identify as Hispanos, right? Meaning
Yeah.
everybody that speaks Spanish. That's the new generation that just trying to push is like, we should just call ourselves Hispanos because that's what we are. We're all Hispanic speaking. But like I said, those that have indigenous blood don't like it because of the history, which I completely get. But that's just to take it recently. There was who won the last? It was just a big Billie Eilish and Rosalia. They won the Latin award for #1 song, right? And there was so much heat. Well, Billie Eilish is not Latina, and neither is the other guy just said Rosalia. Rosalia's from from Spain, and they were getting bombarded with hate from a lot of South American countries because they're both not even Latino, right? And I got into some heavy debate about it. I'm like, listen, it's for the language, and the truth is, if it wasn't for these Latin countries, Spanish wouldn't be as dominant as it is in the world today.
It's the number 2. English. Well, I can't speak for the rest of the world, but what I know is in America, the 2 most common spoken languages are English and Spanish.
I'm sorry, Captain Man. I don't know
second
if you want to
most
change the subject for that
numbers
going on.
in the world.
Yeah, well, I'm a person that the Basco scenario is basically I called my channel that because I want to represent also my Basque culture and talk about it whenever I can, right? And for those that you don't know the Basque history, there's a huge history. The language is completely different. They don't know where it derives from. I even checked certain things that the Basque people actually were in England way before it became England, or even if you back in the Gaelic days, and it goes back. It's an amazing. If you guys have a chance to look at it, it's crazy. There's even rumors saying that we're the last remnants of Atlantis and stuff like that. It's insane if you read those things. And the language is completely different. That's why my name Gaiskar, it's Basque, and it's actually spelt wrong because my uncle was drunk when he gave the spelling to my father. But, yeah, it's actually spelled Gaizka, which is Gaiska, which means liberator. And like for example, father in Basque is Aita, water is Uru. Thank you is Kriasko. It's completely different. They have no idea where it comes from.
Yeah.
And
now, Basco, I don't know you, and I don't know you. Where is your cultural history from?
I was born and raised in Canada. My parents are from the northern regions of Spain, which is the Basque region. And the Basque region has a lot of provinces that belong to the Basque region. My father, unfortunately, never learned Basque because he was born right after the Spanish Civil War in 1941, where he and his family had to share one egg for 8 people because Franco and the Germans were taking all their crops. So, he couldn't learn Basque because Franco would kill anybody on sight who spoke Euskera, which is Basque. So it was hard times. That's where my heritage is from. So my parents, when my mom, thanks God bless her soul, she had a strict rule at home, was we don't speak anything but Spanish at the table, because my father was fluent in many languages. Is fluent in many languages, and my sister and I would always speak in English, and my father would speak in English as well because he took it like, hey, I'm going to practice too. But my mother didn't really understand English that well. She understood French and Spanish, and she got really upset one day, and she threw the pot of food on the table, and she goes, if you guys want to eat, if you guys want to ever eat again, this is the rule. At the table, we only speak Spanish. And thanks to her, I was able to preserve it,
Oh, that sounds about right.
But
She ever take her shoe off and hit you with it?
Shoe, wooden spoon, anything that was in close proximity.
Well, my mother.
You see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I understand that because my mother, my mother is half Italian. I'm quarter Italian, and my grandmother is full Italian. And boy, do I have some stories.
Oh, la nonna. Yeah, I know. No. Yeah, no one ever grabbed that wooden spoon. But what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, when you saw a wooden,
Mhm.
It's funny when I see what is this used for? That was used to whip my ass or my hand. That
Yep.
wooden spoon wasn't meant to.
It wasn't
wooden
decorative.
spoon
No,
it was
not
it was
decorative.
decorated to decorate your ass.
So I grew up around Germans, and the German ladies would always threaten you. I'm going to give you a potch, holding up the wooden spoon. So yeah, we learned what the word potch was very quickly.
Yeah. My wife.
Oh,
My
you
wife.
know what the worst part was for
Mhm.
me being a son to an Italian is my mom would make me go get a switch when I was in trouble. And if that switch didn't sing, I had to go find another one and then get my
Wow.
ass whipped.
Yeah, man. Plus, the things like going back to differences, right?
Right.
My wife
Please.
is Chilean, right? And that's her parents when they speak Spanish, they have like a high pitch, and I always bug her. I'm like, why do Chilean men sound like that somebody's grabbing their balls, right? Because when they speak Spanish, it's like, pero no cachai, entonces siento que la cosa que está acá, bacán po, and like they're like someone's taking something up their ass every time, and they're like, hey, oh. And my wife's like, wow, that's really racist what you're saying. I'm like, no, it's an observation. Check it out. And then she started watching, and she's like, shit, you're right.
So
But
that's like the opposite of Cuban, it sounds like.
Oh yeah, I know, man. The Cubans are completely different. LDG knows. The LDGs are on Cubans as well, man. In Florida, Florida's like little Cuba. ¿Qué pasa, papi?
Yo.
¿Cómo tú estás?
See, we didn't have spoons or whips or
Belts?
growing up in my tradition. We had UFOs, and they would come out of nowhere. You got a UFO, yeah, you acted up. You got a UFO flying in your face.
Yeah,
it
came at you so fast, you didn't know what it was.
Yeah, exactly. Come at you so fast, you don't even know what the fuck hit you.
Yeah, man.
So I got a few UFOs in my day. No probes, but UFOs.
Ah, man. No, I had mostly. I didn't get a lot of beats, but it was fear, man. My dad was a big man, construction worker, and I just remember seeing his hand. I remember my mom once. I don't remember what I did, but she threw me over her lap. She started smacking me with the slipper and all that, and I was cracking up because it wasn't hurting me, right? And all of a sudden, my father walks through the door. He goes, "What's all this ruckus?" And I started pretending to cry. I was like, my mother's like, "You little bastard." My dad's like, "Oh, sorry, mom." I was like, fuck, because I knew if that hand came, man, oh boy, that one would hurt.
I remember the day that beating me didn't work anymore. So father decided to punch me in the face a few times. I still didn't feel a thing. I'm like, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I remember that. Those moments stand out, right? Like I remember the time I was working construction and he shop vacked a chimney, right? So all the black, what's that called? Sook, yeah, was all in the shop vac, and we were sanding hardwood floors, and I was vacuuming the hardwood floors with the same shop vac, and it got full. So the guy who was working, I was like, what, 15 at the time. The guy that was working with him, he's like, just empty it out in the bag. So I took out a plastic bag, but stupid me, I emptied it out on the brand new sanded floor. So when I opened it, it all went back on the sanded floor. And then my father came in and he rushed me, and I just stood my ground. I didn't move, and he stopped. He looked at me, and he was so pissed that he kicked the shop vac, which was semi-open, and it fucking went all over the bedroom. So not only did we have to resand the floor, we had to reprime the bedroom and everything.
Oh wow!
I got a good story for you, Bosco. When I was living in Germany, my mother used to open the window to my bedroom, and the windows went outward, and she would put her potted plants on it. and my dad came in the room, and there was a bee there, and all of a sudden he shuts the thing, and all the fucking plants fell down because my dad didn't realize the plants were there, and I didn't realize what he was doing. I was like, Dad, the plants are there, and he had to go out on the roof and clean it up.
Oh shit! Damn, man.
Wow.
I got one better for you. When I walked into the kitchen once and saw my father trying to turn on the microwave with the door open.
It's there for your own safety.
He was sticking the screwdriver into he almost did it. He almost hit the safety and went to him like, are you okay?
Oh wow.
Like, you realize you just would have just completely melted your eyeballs?
Or grow a third testicle.
Want to see if it
Or
works.
become
Anyway,
Joe.
guys,
I can't say it.
Anyway, guys, my time
It
is
would've
up.
worked. It would've been a
So,
very.
Talk to you
It would've
later, NB.
survived, but it'd been very
great to see
interesting.
you.
Have a
Hey,
good
NB.
day.
Nice talking to you,
See
bud.
everyone.
Bye, NB.
Me voice.
Te vas.
Later.
Safe way.
And my
Captain,
insomnia is wearing off, so I need to go too.
Absolutely. Well,
Sorry if I
you
bored
get
you
some
guys.
rest.
No,
Huh?
you're awesome, bud. That's awesome.
I just wanted to say, man,
See you
I watch
later.
you guys almost every morning before going to work. And Captain, man, seriously, I have to thank you for all the support you give my channel when you stop by and hit the like and make your comment. I appreciate it. You too, LDG.
Not a problem.
I come by, I listen. I don't talk much, but yeah.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, I always see your name pop up when I'm doing whatever type of stream or messing around on Warzone.
Yeah, I wish I
Appreciate
could
it.
do more than just wave, but
Dude, man, you're all over the place. You're supporting everybody, man. You're like gonorrhea.
thank you.
I'm just messing with you.
No. Let's get
No
that-
matter how much you
let's get that
scrub
clip on
these sticks,
Twitter
take 'em.
like immediately. That with the I love cock statement. Yeah, it's gonna be a big day for me today.
Who said you love cocks?
Somebody came on Jedi Bill stream in the morning
Oh.
and said LDG loves cock. I would have
Oh,
agreed
okay.
with him if I was awake.
Oh man.
I mean, without my cock, I would be a lot more unhappy person.
I don't know if I would or not. That's like my wife told me. She's like, you know what? If you had boobs, I'm like, I would probably never leave the house. Yeah, like Mel Gibson said in Lethal Weapon. I tried to lick my balls, but I kept falling off the couch.
Yeah.
When he's trying to quit smoking, where he's eating the dog biscuits. You guys remember that scene? It was so
Yep,
funny.
dog biscuits. Yep.
Man, they don't make movies like that anymore.
Oh no, that would be forbidden.
Oh my god. We should do a watch party for Blazing Saddles.
We did.
Ooh. Oh, you did?
Yeah, we did that.
Oh
once.
yeah. Oh
Bird
man.
did that maybe 6 months ago.
Really? Oh my! For Blazing Saddles, God, if I would have known. I love that. Was one of my all-time comedies that I loved growing up. And the thing, who introduced me to it was my black friend. It was my neighbor downstairs. Yep. His dad was watching it. They're from Nova Scotia. His dad was not watching it. I came downstairs. Freaking was cracking up, man. But there was no censorship back then. There was discussion and talk.
Yeah.
Like I remember movies on TV, you would see breasts and stuff and everything. My dad would look at me and goes, "Hey guys, gotta check out this one." And I was like, "Oh, nice."
Oh no, I got one better for you.
Years old.
When I found Married with Children, I had to. It was worse than porn. I had to change the channel when Mother walked in. What you doing? Watching porn? Because yeah, she didn't want me watching Married with Children. She'd wreck me one.
Why?
Because Married with Children disrespects the family. My mother's real old school like that. And then I told her, I said, listen, let Dad watch it. And if he likes it, will you let me watch it? So we sat down one day, watched an episode while we were eating, and my father couldn't stop laughing his ass off.
And that was it.
And that was it.
All right, crazy. So, Captain, what you up to today? What's on the plans for the weekend?
Let's see here. Actually, nothing much right now. Just been talking, hanging out. It's about 50 minutes until Resolute Germ goes live with his Saturday morning cartoons.
Cartoons. You gonna make it for Nerdgasm tonight, Basco?
I might actually. I might.
11 p.m. We're starting at
What
11
time?
p.m. this time.
11 p.m.
Eastern.
Okay.
If you got anything you
gonna be
can
there, LDG?
dress up in, that's cool too. Everybody's gonna try to dress up. You don't have to,
man.
but well, I mean, all you need to do is put your damn Thanos glove on, and there you go.
All right, let's go. My God, what freaking uniforms were the Dallas Stars wearing last night? What the fuck is that?
Good question.
They're like black and fluorescent green.
Ooh, how?
What the hell?
Yeah, it looks like freaking traffic. Construction workers that put on those reflective clothing when they're working on the roads. Wow.
Well, the only time I've seen black and fluorescent green, those safety vests they made us wear as stadium security.
Oh yeah. So how's the stuff in the States where you guys are at? Like, are you in shutdown still? Are you allowed to speak? You're not allowed to speak.
I can speak, just can't go anywhere. This
Oh, so you're
past
still-
week, my little Nazi governor, you cannot go to bars, restaurants, or entertainment venues without a card saying that you've had your vaccination.
Yeah.
Or you can pay every 3 days to get a test to prove you don't have COVID. The thing about that is, it takes 24 hours to get that damn test result back. So it's basically good for 48 hours. And if you want to keep current, you have to, on the third day, you have to take another test.
Wow. Yeah, here's nationwide now. Every province has signed off on the passport thing. And the crazy part is that one of my sister-in-laws, one of them, she's gonna be without a job as of December, I believe, because she doesn't want to get vaccinated. So she's losing her job. And my sister-in-law, my wife's sister, actually got a letter yesterday from her boss saying, she works as a security agent for, I believe you have them there as well, Garda Security, Garda World, and Securitas. So she works with the public, so she has to be vaccinated, and she doesn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
So she has until December 15th as well, I think, to get vaccinated, or she has to resign. That was what was written on her thing. She has to resign. So they can't really fire you yet until companies start rewriting their job descriptions and what are you required to work there.
Mm-hmm.
So she has to. So until they don't rewrite that, they kind of either you go on disability or not disability, unemployment, or you resign. So that's the decision that they have to make, and it's crazy. Yesterday, she was talking to my wife for like about an hour. She was freaking out because she has a mother of 2 young children, and she needs that job. But the thing is that if she quits that job, there's no income, and the government is not going to support you for long until every other job out there now. That's it. You have to get vaccinated. And it's crazy because I thought a lot of these private places and stuff wouldn't stand up to the government, but nope.
Yeah.
Not at all. Up here, everybody's following suit here, and it's crazy. I'm pro-choice. Like, I got vaccinated, but that was my choice. But I'm not for people losing their jobs for it, because the numbers don't lie. There's very little people now dying from this. There's very little, people that get sick and stay home and actually, because they have to now. You get a cold, you're home for 2 weeks or until you get tested and it says, you don't have it anymore. That's how it is over here. but it's insane. It's insane. I'm not down for people losing their
If
jobs.
jobs require you to have more value, then you require more pay.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
simple. I'm surprised there's not a push for that. If we're forcing people to be vaccinated, meaning you become a more valuable employee, that means you get paid more. Period. You want me to be vaccinated? I want an extra $5 an hour.
Yeah, exactly. My other sister-in-law, the one that decided to leave her job, she was offered a raise as long as she got the vaccine.
How much though? Like something good or like a dime?
I think it was like an extra $2 or $3 grand a year.
That's like 15, 20 cents an hour.
So
Depends on the
it's
hours
insane. It's insane what they're doing. It's crazy. I'm so against people losing their jobs. It boils because check the logic of even here in this province of Quebec. They're forcing the people that are nurses and stuff to get vaccinated. Those that choose not to, they cannot work.
Mm-hmm.
Already the healthcare system here is under strain because of whatever reasons, operations and ERs that have been pushed back because of the pandemic. They had to, you know what I mean? So, so basically, they're going to step out. And the Quebec government came out and said, oh, we're going to close X amount of emergency rooms during the week, completely close down ERs during the week to give a break to the healthcare workers. But yet you're going to be firing a whole bunch of them because they're not getting vaccinated. But this is the kicker. Those working in the school sectors, besides the teachers, like janitors and guidance counselors and stuff like that, they don't need to get vaccinated. Where's your fucking logic in that? It's completely ridiculous. Completely.
You're asking for logic where none exists.
None exists, exactly. Yeah.
Insanity from a bureaucratic government is more insane than the government. These people the system is designed not to function in a sane manner.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Cap, I got a client calling Saturday morning classes. I'll see you guys. Take it easy. Love you.
Take care.
Take it easy.
Rock and roll. Free the net.
Yeah, it's crazy. And a lot of people think, oh, I can't wait for this to end. And like, the thing is that exactly, I don't see this ending anytime soon.
It's not going to until something fairly extreme happens. If that's something, a politician having a little accident like they arranged for JFK, that's probably what it's going to come down to.
But even then, right? Let's say you get somebody else. The amount of control that this allows the government to have is crazy. It's absolutely insane. So I really don't think that if somebody else goes in power, let's say in the United States or even here in Canada, because here in Canada, the opposition that we had in the last election,
Canada,
he was against, the whole passport thing, but he flip-flopped. He's all for it now. Why? He lost supporters from that. He didn't win the election. We burned $6 million for another minority government that nobody in the population wanted an election to start off with during a pandemic. Trudeau's another freaking idiot. Oh, I got a joke for you guys. So a buddy of mine sent me this joke. It's a Canadian going back to Canada from the United States, and the patrol officer goes, "I can see your identification." And the guy goes, "Well, I lost my wallet." He goes, "Well, if you don't have identification, you can't come in." He goes, "But I have a tattoo, 2 tattoos. On my left cheek, I have Celine Dion, and on my right cheek, I have Shania Twain." And the border agent goes, "Oh, this I gotta see." And the guy pulls down his pants. He looks at his ass. And he's like, "Okay, that's good enough for me. You can go back to Ottawa now." And he goes, "Wait a minute. How did you know I was from Ottawa?" And he goes, "I can see Trudeau right in the middle." Oh, ho, 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 ho. He sent me this by email, and I was like, oh my God, this is good. I'm like, I gotta share this when I get the opportunity. Oh my gosh. It's just insane. Yeah. So pretty much people that are working in companies for many years that don't want to get this are gonna lose their jobs, lose their pensions, and some of them even lose certain healthcare benefits.
Yep.
That's what's fucking
You
insane.
lose everything because they've arranged it so that the companies have to fire you and the government doesn't have to give you unemployment.
Yep.
Because technically you're quitting.
Mm-hmm.
Even if, say, you've had the virus or you have immune compromised and you can't get the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here it's different. If you can get it and it's medically, your doctor says, you have a higher risk of, dying if you get this vaccine, or you don't know how it's going to react in your body because of health issues you have, you're exempted. You're okay. They give you a letter that you have to carry around with you, or it goes on the QR app that, they put on your phones, which a lot of people just like, oh, okay, I'm going to put it on my phone. And they're scanning away. God knows what information they're taking from your phone when they do that. Yeah. Over here, it's that's the only exception. If you have a doctor's note saying you cannot take this vaccine.
Yeah,
I don't know.
unfortunately,
I'm sure it varies from state to state, because that's one thing it's crazy that I find in the States is how laws are different from one state to the other.
It's because we all hate each other. People in my state, Washington, viscerally hate everyone living in the state of Texas. They think they're backwards barbarians and have no idea why they haven't all died off yet.
Yet there's a huge
people on the West Coast are the most racist, ignorant motherfuckers you'll ever find. Worse than any hillbilly you find in Mississippi or anywhere else. They just think of themselves on a higher plane because they got money and a worthless fucking degree that they just sit around at places like Microsoft and the computer does all the work. They're fucking George Jetson that get paid well.
Is the student loan still the largest debt in the United States?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is, I think it is like a quarter or a third of all privately held debt in the country. Something around that. It's been a while since I checked that. But it was significantly higher than anything else.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And the problem is, I'm willing to bet a good half of that went to degrees that fucking
can't get a
studies. Yeah. Art degree. Stuff that no one in their right mind is going to pay you to actually use except for the government.
You know what's the degree to get now? Psychology. Become a psychologist, man. That's a degree to get now.
You don't need a degree in psychology to tell it everyone's crazy.
Don't tell them that. Oh my gosh.
Some of those psychiatrists I've ran into, they're crazier than people out there.
My cousin in Florida. I have family in Miami, and as well as Fort Lauderdale. And my cousin that lives in Dade County, he's a psychologist. He's been a psychologist for years. And I remember one time he was telling me stuff, and he started asking me all these questions, and then I realized he was freaking psychoanalyzing me by the questions that he's answering. And I look at him, and I'm like 6 beers in, 3 shots of tequila, and I'm like, "Are you really doing this to me while I'm fucking drunk?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You're fucking nuts." And my dad even told me, and he goes, "Yeah, your cousin's losing it, man. He's been talking to these wackos for so long that it's actually rubbing off on him." And you're right. You have to have a strong mental capacity to, especially if you're a psychologist for a specific concentration. Like, you have psychologists that deal with sociopaths and stuff, right?
So the worst are child psychiatrists.
Oh yeah, Yeah, it all
They're
goes down to mommy or
either
daddy issues. Yeah.
a little, yeah, it's either parent issues or
Mhm.
they're a little bit too interested in the kid.
You know
They're
what's
like
getting
in
worse
the
out of hand
preschool fashion.
are the teachers.
Oh yeah.
The teachers now. Now, if you start asking too many questions, that's it. The parent is the problem. You know, it's the parents start being called domestic terrorists. You know.
Yep. Well, yeah, all they have to do now is word it the way the White House basically gave them instructions to send it to DOJ, and then there's an FBI agent talking to these people.
Mm. We live in crazy times, people. We live in crazy times.
And unfortunately, I don't see a way for ending that isn't horrific.
You know what? I hear. Okay, I hear a lot of Americans talking about the Great Divide, right? And and that things may get ugly. Like, does that shit concern you guys or anything? Of hearing that extreme talk or anything?
Up until the point that it happens, yeah. After it
'Cause-
happens, it's gonna fall real quick because the coastal elites are gonna realize they have no food supply, and everyone else are the ones with the guns.
Yeah.
Because once you get east of the mountains on the west coast, that's all where all the food's grown. That's where all the guns are. And over here, the military will take care of it. The military is not on your fucking side.
It's like, yeah.
If it comes down to it, they're just gonna walk away from you because you're already isolating them with all sorts of stuff. Basically, they've gone to a point where you can't get an exemption for the COVID vaccine.
Right.
So they're losing numbers that way. And all this CRT stuff, the recruitment's going down into the toilet.
Yeah, we're having something similar here with the amount of women enlisting because of here in Canada there was a huge investigation on high-ranking colonels with sexual abuse on women in the military. That was really wiped under the rug and stuff, and everything's being filtered out now. So there's a huge exodus as well as a lack of enrollment by women, which was actually one of the largest enrollments that we had. We had a lot of women joining the military.
We had that for a while here too. Then they realized they can't put them into combat roles.
Oh yeah, because they can't pass the physical training. A lot of them failed. In proportion. Yeah, I read an article on that a few years back. Yeah, man, I'm all for equality. Give them a shot, but if you don't pass what's required, then that's the bar. No matter what sex you are, pass it, you pass it. You don't.
They tried.
This ain't G.I. Jane.
Bar. they tried lowering the bar. It's just.
But
that they couldn't pass that.
But even if you lower the bar, like, do you really want to lower the bar if that's what is required? If that's what makes a great soldier? Do you want to have a person that's having watching your six that didn't pass the same expectancy courses requirements that you did?
Yeah, and not to mention the psychological damage it does to some of the women. I used to work with this one girl. The fact that they lowered the expectations for her and how that reflected on her to all the male troops, that gave her such a massive inferiority complex.
Yeah.
That she was out in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
She had a stress issue. She could barely hold it together. Not to mention her shoulder was completely screwed up from using the guns that were just too powerful for her to hold on to.
All right.
Just shooting a rifle repeatedly. She was only about 5'6", and it completely messed up her shoulder.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
At least that's what she said, messed up her shoulder. Granted, this woman had a huge stress and inferiority complex even over a year after getting out.
Oh, and Big Geeks, let's talk. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Wow, cool. This is basketball. My wife loves the link you sent and is going to put it out there for parents at her school. Thank you very much. Oh, that's really cool. Awesome. Thank you, Captain Trek, for having me, man. If I haven't already.
Oh, yeah, anytime. Anytime, you're always welcome. No, I've been wanting to hear more.
Cam in the chat.
I've been wanting to hear more about your heritage because I know you have a lot to say.
It's really something, man. I'm actually planning on probably doing a show just on that, like have people on, whoever wants to be on and talk about it. You know, it's like it's crazy. Like here in Quebec, there's so many laws and stuff like that this French government's imposed on immigrants and on the English community in order to preserve their language, right? And the major argument that I have with these hardcore radicals is you preserve language at home. You preserve culture at home by teachings, not by enforcing laws. Enforcing laws is what creates division. I'm like,
Their
if you,
French is the only way they know.
yeah, but it's insane. It's really ridiculous. And I always keep telling, I have friends. I coach girls, women's soccer for 14 years. This was the first year that I didn't do it, and I had a lot of the parents that are separatists, right? They voted back in '93 that they wanted Quebec to separate from Canada, and it came awfully close, right? It came awfully close, and I understand the I would say the inferiority complex they have about it, right? Because of history. And I always said the English were too lenient when they won that war.
Yes.
And
it's a failing most Anglican.
Yeah, we beat you, but here's land. Here you can keep your churches. You can keep the way of life that you had. What? It's like, no, it's just invoke and make sure that shit is done right. But anyways, it did provide a cultural environment here in Montreal specifically. We get a lot of Americans that come and tour up here because they instead of going to France, they can come to Montreal and they get that same feel, right? When they go to old Montreal, they get that same French feel. So there's nothing about that. And I'm all for if you decide to live in this province.
We don't have to fly 4,000 miles to get insulted in a foreign language.
Exactly. You can just fly like 400 and just get insulted in both if you want. but it's like I was saying, it's just crazy. And my main argument with her was this woman that was separatist and a close friend. I coached her daughter for 10 years. Was like, I learned Spanish. I grew up here. I kept my language. I kept my heritage. I told them what laws were put in place for me to do that, and she just stared at me. I'm like, there was only one law, my mother's law, that at home, this is what we speak. There's no buts, ifs about it. And they spoke to me about their life experiences and stuff like that for cultural reasons, just like the indigenous natives have done for centuries. There was nothing written. It was all by storytelling. That's how culture is preserved, by storytelling and reminding your kids about that. And I'm partially to blame for my kids, right? Because I have one kid that doesn't really speak Spanish a lot. She understands it, but she doesn't because she has a thick accent. And my youngest speaks fluently, both French and English. My daughter speaks them, but chooses not to because she has a thick accent. But she can talk. Because for her, if I can't speak it properly, she's like rather stay really reserved and only speak if it's her grandparents that talk to her, then she'll speak Spanish to them. But the problem where I felt with that was because my wife and I we speak all three languages fluently, Spanish, French, and English. So when we speak, we actually speak Spanglish and throw in some French, and it's a mixture. So when the kids were growing up, that's what we spoke. We spoke Spanglish mostly at home, so the kids didn't feel the necessity of answering back to us in Spanish. So they just answer back to us in English. So that's where I failed. That's where I should have put that. My mother's law. Nope, we speak Spanish only. Tried a couple of times. It always backfires by us, by the parents, not even by them. Sad. But yeah, here in Quebec, they put these stupid laws, and it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Meaning, like, if an American comes up and you've done your schooling in English, there's an exemption for that. You'll be able to go to an English school. But anybody outside of the United States, England, any of the Commonwealth countries that come to this country or choose to move to Quebec, you have no choice. You have to put your child into the French education system. And if you open a business who has more than 50 employees, everything, all your documentations, 100% has to be in French only, and only provided in English upon request from the employee. Which the majority of the time now you get told, well, you got Google Translate. That's why Montreal has lost so much international business. That's why Toronto is so huge right now. Because businesses come and they look at Montreal, they go, no. We can go to Toronto where everything is fine. And we can just operate as usual. And that's the sucky part. And there's a huge exodus, man. We've lost so many people. And the last stats that I've seen, we're losing more French-speaking Quebecers now than we did before because of trying to find jobs after they finish school.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. And now they want to put a law where prohibits the French students to go to colleges, because that's only for high school and elementary school that you have to go to French school. But once you hit the college, you can go to an English college or an English university. And that's what a lot of French students do. They go to the English system later to freshen up and to tune in their English, so that they have a future. Because the reality of the story is the international language of business is English. So if you keep neglecting, and these governments that are pushing these laws here, their children go to private English schools abroad. But the people here are not good enough to make that choice that they can go to either an English school or French school. In my opinion, and we have like six. Yeah, exactly. We have like 6 different school boards here, 3 English school boards and 3 French. Why? Make one bilingual school board where you have to freaking, learn both languages perfectly as long as you live in this province, and that's it. But no, that's too simple. Like you said before, Captain, like simplicity and common sense doesn't work. And the reason is there's so much money involved and so many people, not the regular common folk, but so many people high up, with making money off of this. That's why
they would have to be honest about where the money's going, and they don't want that.
Of course not.
Because it would lower costs, not raise them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. And a lot of people ask me, "Oh, why you still live there? Why do you still live there?" Because why should I move? What a lot of people decided to leave and not fight or not make a voice, But in the long run, how long am I going to last here? I don't know, because I look at my kids and, if they want a career in what they love, like animation and illustration, it's not easy to find that here. But if I go to Toronto, British Columbia, Toronto, Ontario, or British Columbia, there's opportunities there for them.
Yeah, stay and fight until they reach whatever your red line is, and then you have to leave.
Right. My daughter, my eldest, every time we go to Toronto visit family there, she's like, "Dad, I love it here, blah, blah, blah." Like, I'm like, listen, when you have age and you want to check universities and stuff and what you want to do, you want to come here, then it's always an option. It's It's always an option.
It is until it won't be, because there's going to come a time there won't be the option.
And you make a great
When
point.
you're
You're
there,
absolutely right.
when you're there, and you're stuck.
Mhm.
So if you want to move there, now would be the time while it's still
Oh,
an
absolutely.
option.
Yeah.
Before they wall you in.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which they're gonna have to try to do on the West Coast, because they're just killing everything here.
But there's a bunch of people that I read that are leaving California in droves.
Oh yeah, they basically outlawed trucking.
I mean,
That's why all the backup in the Port of Los Angeles, it's like 2 or 5 year old trucks are the only thing that can actually pass the emission standards for the state.
Oh, okay.
And that was like 75-80% of all the trucks in the state.
Wow. So because those trucks no longer pass the emission standard, they're not allowed to work anymore there.
Right. They're not allowed on any of the California roads, so it's just everything is.
I think my
they're
wife was
desperately
talking.
trying to get stuff up.
My wife was talking
Seattle
to me
and
about.
sail over to Florida.
Wow. No, I was talking about something like that similar with the transportation system here in Quebec. That she works for the what is it? Would be the equivalent of the DMV, I guess, in the United States for the government here. And she was telling me about specifically that a lot of buses, school buses, that are on the road now, if they don't pass a certain inspection now, that they won't be allowed to drive. So you can have a brand new school bus. If you don't pass that inspection, they won't be able to drive because of the of that, because of emissions. Exactly.
Right.
Hold on a second. I got a call.
Yeah. It's BS like that that's causing all these shortages in U.S., Canada, and Great Britain.
Absolutely.
Not that stuff isn't flowing. It's just the government is stepping in and say, nope, nothing's going. Trucks are too polluting. They're taking this whole green agenda stuff and just going to the fucking moon with it.
I mean, there are some cases where, okay, I can understand. Let's get things cleaned up. Okay, fine. I get it. But like California, their emissions standard is the strongest in the country. It's too tight. It's gotten to the point now they can't do anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
There has to be economic incentives to change, and you can't just rush it all.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wow.
And you know, all these fucking green loving people, they can't realize that China pollutes more in 1 year than the entire the England, Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, US, and Canada do in 5 years. All these smokestacks, all of this stuff that they outlawed here, those didn't go away. They just migrated to China. They're all just pouring out smoke there.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely.
Oh, it's not here, must not exist.
Oh, man. Crazy.
Speaking of not existing, I've got to disappear, guys. But I might hang in the chat because I'm having more fun listening to you. So but thank you, Captain Trek. I forgot I was on the show. I'm too busy listening to you. Thank you, Captain Trek, for having me on. And thank you, Basco and Resolute Germ. You guys are great. Someone to listen to in the chat.
Good seeing you again.
Nice to meet you guys. Catch you next time. Chin chin.
Oh man, I love that ching ching thing. That was cool. So what you got going on, Resolute? You're gonna be streaming soon, you said?
Yeah, in about 15 or so minutes, doing a watch party for some cartoons.
Nice.
Yep. About
Old school
15
cartoons?
minutes.
Yeah, mainly early 90s, 80s.
Darkwing
And-
Duck episode 33, Star Wars
Oh,
Clone
man.
Wars season 4 episode 11, Conan the Adventurer season 2 episode 18, and Transformers Generation 1 season 2 episode 17 is what's on for today.
Nice. Feels like running back from school to catch the cartoons. Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's like I love when Bird streams and he puts those 80s commercials and stuff. Oh man, I love that. Man. I watch that and I get all nostalgic. I'm like, oh my god, I remember that. Yeah.
It's a little depressing when you see especially the Sears advertisements, and they say the prices of stuff.
Yeah.
I can't buy a fucking cheeseburger for that much.
That's crazy.
Be nice to have those prices back again.
Yeah. If I only knew what I knew now back then,
Yeah.
I would probably be living on a farm. Raising my own shit.
Yeah. Nice compound, self-sustaining.
Self-sustaining.
Ammunition.
Self-sustaining. You know, that's another thing. You talked about ammunition, right? A lot of people think Canadians don't have guns. We have guns. They're just all registered. Some, not all. Some.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, some.
And depending on who you're asking, all our guns are registered too.
Yeah, exactly. But I like that. Oh, Canadians don't have guns. Whenever there's going to be a war, you're all going to die. Well, there's going to be a strong part of the population that won't have weapons, but those that do are going to be like, ha! Yeah. I was raised around weapons, so my dad was in the special forces in Spain, and when he came to Canada, he was what was it called? Skeet shooting? Yep. He was in skeet shooting and stuff like that.
Yeah, the
The plates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every time I remember sitting next to him in the living room.
Yeah. Here, though, we do have an unfortunate scenario where we tend to lose guns in boating accidents and fires. It's very tragic.
It is. It is. It's truly tragic.
And don't ask for the insurance paperwork.
No. Oh, let's see here. Wow, it's getting close to 10 minutes before Saturday morning cartoons. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the channel. Let's see here. So feel free to join us. Well, I'm assuming I'm invited. Feel free to join Resolute Germ on his channel. I'll be there as well for Saturday morning cartoons. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Go on over, set the reminder. Like I said, it'll be about 10 minutes. And things will get started over there. Again, thank you for everyone who's been on the panel and everyone who's been in the chat. It does mean a lot, and it would really mean a lot if you could, leave a like, share it out, subscribe, do all the stuff. But thank you again, and have a great day.